Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I am with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello.
What's up, Ray?
We talk about everything, but we do know nothing.
That's right. So we're going to talk today about box office quickly. I want to get the numbers for No Way Home. Let's see.
I just wonder how 355 is doing.
You're so bad. You're so bad. I'll find that out though. But okay,
it probably topped Spider-Man.
You're right. Spider-Man No Way Home, 1,633,185,988.
Yes.
So what did you say? 544? No, I'm sorry.
355.
Great. That's what it's called? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. $5? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe that's it. 355 is actually a
somebody asked for a refund. No.
$3.55.
All right, so here's the funny thing, guys. They don't tell you how much it costs to make. But
like I said, $3.55.
But it made only in America 9,481,000. Yeah, and worldwide total with America, it's 14 million. That's a disaster.
Yeah,
that's a damn disaster.
Yeah, they were talking about how woke that thing was and how
woke it
and
was
pretty
much done with the woke.
Yeah,
Hollywood should be done with woke though.
Because they said they can't blame the Rona because look how well James Bond did.
And Spider-Man did. Scream did 56 million worldwide. That's doing well. That's doing well, right? So I mean, what's the excuse? What else?
Poor production costs.
Even King's Man did almost
that was good.
million.
I mean, that one was decent. I watched it on one of my.
I think Kingsman will always do decent abroad because of these British accents.
Sing 2 did 219 million. Wow.
What? Oh, Sing. I just said Thing.
Sing.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah,
355 is definitely a thing.
Yeah, I don't know what thing that is, but that's terrible. Well, West Side Story, what did that do?
Better than 355?
58 million, yeah. I mean, obviously.
And the lovely Rita Moreno's in that one.
Yes. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Let's see what it finally
I love
did.
that movie. God, I keep looking forward to see it over at Wally World, but I'm not seeing the DVD for it.
Ghostbusters, 194 million. That's not that good.
I know, but still.
It's got to take it this way. Anything's tied up which is better than 355 is decent.
Yes.
Well, hold on. Didn't Ghostbusters 2016 be better than Afterlife?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was quite a bit, wasn't it?
It did. 229 million. Yeah.
Damn.
It did. Yeah. It did.
I wonder if it's because due to the way it was when it was released.
I mean, it was COVID, right? You're gonna blame COVID, I guess, but
no, I can't. I'm just wondering which other big screen movies was out at the same time.
Again, Ghostbusters 2016 did better.
But again, could it be? I know I'm not saying it would be, but could it be because they were delayed? Because it was first it was going to get released in November, wasn't it? Then delayed. Then people were like, I can't be asked to go because it's getting delayed all the time, and
people are afraid to get the pandemic thing, the virus. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is.
But no one got delayed recently, didn't it? Another big one.
Yeah, and Matrix. Oh, what did Matrix do? I didn't even look this.
Matrix was good.
I thought it was okay.
It's in your name, and you've got to look it up, Joe.
I know. No, listen. But I wasn't just a fan of that Matrix.
I know, I'm joking.
Matrix and Gallifrey, Transform, everything. Matrix Resurrections.
Better than 355?
I'm sure it is. Okay, so it did. No, it did 140 million. 140 million. Yeah. So yeah, but that doesn't count what it did on the streaming. So it didn't do bad.
That's right. They're not counting that, are they?
No, it didn't do bad. Same thing with Ghostbusters. They're not going to count.
Because I did. Even though we both liked the 2016 one,
yeah,
I did like this one better a lot.
Me too. A lot better. I did too.
It just seemed to have a lot more heart.
Yeah, I think I like this one because it had a connection with the original one.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is they lead you to believe that the next one wouldn't involve the kids. It would involve the real Ghostbusters with new recruits because he brought the firehouse back, right?
Yeah.
Winston.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to get a.
And I thought that was a real kind touch and a little nod like that. So
because they're rich. Even Venkman is rich too. Like Peter Venkman is rich, and so is Winston. They're both rich. And the ones that are smarter than them are not rich, right? Like it's so weird. Like Egon wasn't rich, and Dan Aykroyd's character Ray Stantz wasn't rich. That's hysterical, though.
The fact that Winston was helping out with the bookstore and all that too. He was
paying for it privately, right?
Yeah,
he was helping him out. Yeah,
all those little nods.
They're all helping each other out. Even I think Janine, right? She was paying for. Yes, still on. Okay. All right, Chris is going to talk about Godzilla because that's what I wanted him to talk about.
Because I've been seeing nips in Texas. I've been seeing bits and pieces about the TV show here and there.
Yeah. So we're going to get him in here. He's going to talk about it, which I want him to clarify some things because, like I said, I'm not familiar. Here's the thing. Like, we've been experimenting, of course, with different streaming services. And I always said I can't stand that we have to get a lot, right? But now it's even one that I never even had before, like Apple. Now Godzilla's going to be on Apple. So now I got to get that.
Well, like I said, I know a few places where I don't have to.
Yeah, well, I know.
We can't talk about that.
So currently I pay for Disney Plus. I get Amazon Prime with my phone service. I will thank you because I have a business account. And we have Hulu, Netflix. No, I'm saying what we're paying for.
Yeah.
Hulu. I don't pay for all of them. Like I don't have all of them, but I know. I mean, the only ones I have Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime. But I'm kind of hooked on the Picard season 2 trailer. So
I just saw that today, and I thought that was cool.
I'm probably gonna see that at some point in time and probably get that. Yeah, very funny, Bad Wolf. You're funny.
I made the comment of it would be funny if Joviet Bojo would come in and due to the whole time travel kinkiness to it, she's the one who's helming and captaining the Voyager instead of Janeway.
No,
I thought because Bojo was the original actress to portray Janeway, but because they just didn't sync, she just didn't feel like she was right, or they felt she was right.
I don't think she felt right. She was right, or something like that.
Yeah, I think she felt like she was.
She don't want to commit to something that big. I think.
Yeah, but I still think and this is just like a cameo. Hey, this was just a cameo, so to speak, so they could get her to portray the original captain and find out that maybe the Janeway that we saw, that actress, she was trying to pose as that captain. And
So, Chris, I have to ask you about this whole Apple business with Godzilla.
Yes.
So what the hell is going on?
Well, first of all, I want to say, hey, Ray, it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, mate.
It's been a while. So, how do I start this?
At the beginning.
Well, I guess slowly explain it because
that's going to be difficult for me because I went on like there's a meme going around online of Megatron from Transformers Prime.
Right.
And the meme is just him screaming yes for about 10 minutes because he's just like beat Optimus Prime for the first time. That was basically me yesterday when I found out about this.
I think I was because I was sleeping in the day and I woke up and I'm like seeing all this thing, but I'm confused. What the hell's going on? Like all these things,
Okay, so allegedly this is what's going on. For those of you who don't know, and for new viewers, I'm a huge Godzilla fan. All of us here are really big Godzilla fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joe has shared this with his kids for years, so we're gonna get very excited about this. So just be prepared. Just be prepared, all right? Because I actually know more about this than some of these news articles are reporting.
Good.
And so just get ready, okay? Because this is a big one. You can find this extra information online as well. I'm not like the only source for it or anything. I'm not saying that, but there's more to it than what they're saying.
Right.
So Apple and Legendary. Yes, Apple, like your Apple Watch, your, Apple, the one we all know and love/hate. Apple and Legendary have come to a deal to continue the MonsterVerse, which is, of course, the universe where Godzilla vs. Kong takes place and all that good stuff. They are doing a live-action canon MonsterVerse show on Apple TV.
Right.
Now, we don't know who's in it. We don't know when it's coming out. All we know is that it takes place apparently right after Godzilla 2014. Okay. And it's going to heavily feature Monarch, which is the agency, of course, that knows about Godzilla and the monsters and basically tries to originally keep them out of the public eye. But then after 2014, they obviously couldn't keep that a secret anymore because Godzilla and the Mutos destroyed San Francisco. And at that point, the floodgates opened. That was it. So apparently, it's going to follow a family who was involved in the 2014 San Francisco attack. And apparently, they learn that their family is somehow tied to Monarch. And that kind of sets them down this journey. Ooh, cool. Now, I know what that sounds like. It sounds like a very human-centric show.
Yeah.
And it is going to be a very human-centric show. This is what everybody needs to understand. And they said this at the beginning. They said, if you're expecting a monster fight every episode, this is not what this show is about. It's about the humans. However, they did confirm that Godzilla and New Titans are in the show. They are going to show up in the show. But again, it is
don't expect a rumble every episode.
Exactly.
Well, it would cost an incredible amount of money, right? Right. But again, that's what we want to see anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And it all depends what their budgets are and everything. Do you know, because I'm doing TV shows that have less budgets than movies.
Not human people talking.
Yeah. But I do. This is the thing. I'm fine with it because I really like the Monarch element in these movies. So like, if they're gonna give us more of that, that's fine. But, But and I'm happy that they said this because now nobody can really complain about this when the show comes out because they came out and they were like, look, if you think this is going to be something like this every single episode, you're going in with the wrong expectations.
And I think they also know that would get old real quick too.
Exactly. Because I've always people have always said, well, how come Godzilla's not in the whole movie? And I'm like, if you go back and watch the Toho ones, he's not in them every minute. No, he's barely in those movies. So I mean,
they'll talk about him, he'll show up. They'll talk about him, he'll show up.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So we're getting that again. We don't know anything other than that what they said, but this is big because that means that the MonsterVerse continued. Now, how this all came about was it was kind of like what we speculated a long time ago when Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and it did phenomenal. Like nobody can understate that movie did unbelievably well. They started talking about continuing with more movies, but apparently when they threw the idea out there like, hey, what if we did a show? There were a bunch of bidders, and Apple was just the one that bid the most.
Of course.
So that's why they went with them. And apparently there might be some kind of issue with Legendary and Warner Brothers right now because of the whole Warner Brothers, hey, let's put everything on HBO Max in 2021.
Yeah, and they're not really,
right now.
They really don't want to do that, I think, right? With Godzilla, they had to pay. Well, they had to pay, right? With Godzilla, because they were pissed off. They did, but Legendary got basically, I don't want to say screwed, but like they didn't get warned. It was just like, hey, guess what? Godzilla vs. Kong and Dune are going to be on HBO Max. And they were like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Like, right.
You know, that kind
But they were reimbursed, though, fully.
They were, yeah. But I can understand them because I got to be honest with you. There have been some pretty shady stories about things that go on at Warner Brothers lately.
Oh, I know. And now with DC Comics too, they're out of control.
And I wouldn't, if I was Legendary, I wouldn't trust them with a lot of this stuff.
There's so much chaos, and the comic industry for DC Comics is nosediving, and they're trying to.
Well, look at the latest issue. Look at the Superboy thing that was going on, or the new.
Yeah, and they're trying to gain attention. So what they want to do now is kill off the entire Justice League in the comics.
And they're saying, and I was watching some dude today. He said if it wasn't for Batman, DC would be pretty much gone because they were doing a little count. They were showing all the comic books that were doing good, and the majority of them were Batman.
Don't forget
Superman wasn't even. I don't think Superman was.
Yeah, but don't forget DC also switched their publishers too. Like they switched their people distributing the comics. They went away with the norm.
They were saying how Dynamite
they did away.
Longer.
Diamond is gone. Like they just really screwed over a lot of people, and then the ones that they had were shitty too, right? So,
look at the CW. They're pretty much going to be sold off.
I don't know what the fuck is happening with that because, like, again, how could you sell it off, but now you want to create new shows? That doesn't make any sense.
They're thinking a lot of them may go to like to HBO Max or one of these others.
So, Chris, the thing is, now this runs a season or seasons?
Right now, it's just a season because allegedly, and this is where we start to get a little speculatory, but I think there's enough to say that this is probably happening. In this article, in one of the articles that reported that this was happening, and by the way, this show is confirmed by Legendary, so anybody who thinks that this is a rumor, it's not a rumor, it's confirmed. Legendary came out yesterday and said, we're thrilled to announce this, it's happening on Apple TV. This next part has not been confirmed yet, but there's strong enough, in my opinion, rumors from valuable sources that say that this is happening. So they are making a fifth movie. And again, it sounds like this movie is probably going to focus around Kong. And
it's not Son of Kong, though, right?
It's probably something like that. But again, there's ways that they can do that.
I want Godzilla movie.
That will keep it canon. Now, again, anybody like you just said who wants a Godzilla film, the reason that the next one is not a Godzilla film is because of how well GVK did, and Kong is still hot in that movie, so they
I know
with that.
Right.
And they want at least they still want to have at least another thing for Kong, so that
look,
technically Godzilla's already got 3 movies.
Yeah. They want to keep the momentum. They want to keep the momentum ball rolling, don't they?
I like Kong, but I want my Kong and Godzilla too. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of.
Now here's the thing, though. Here's the biggest thing for me was what they said in the article, because apparently we were all, and not just us, but like everybody who reported on it, none of us actually knew what was in that contract with Legendary.
Right.
Because in the article they said that everybody thought that the contract ended with GVK. Apparently, if they kept making stuff with Godzilla past that, they were allowed to use them indefinitely.
Oh, wow.
So apparently that's why this show is being made, because they're like, well, if we put Godzilla in this show, Toho's like, we don't care. Just don't make him look bad.
It extends the contract.
Right.
Because don't they have to have him a certain amount of time per film or per project?
They just need to use him. If they use him and they show him on screen in new footage, apparently they're like, that's good. That counts.
That's good. Yeah. So that this will delay the inevitable, and so they can make another Godzilla film.
Exactly. And I think that that's coming after this.
In a good way. Not like making a shitty Fantastic Four movie to hold on to the right. Right.
So
it's sad when the 90s version that never was released was actually better than the 20.
Right. Wow.
Well, we won't go into that.
I know.
That's not that sidetracked, but anyway, Godzilla.
Here's the good thing about this show, though, is that there are 2 producers from Toho who are also helping to make this show.
Good.
Oh.
So that means anybody who comes with some kind of crazy idea about, like, let's do this with Godzilla, they'll be like, well hold on.
No,
calm down.
We're slamming you down.
Not do anything rash.
Roll it back.
Hold on, no Shin Gojira, no Godzilla turn into a woman with breasts. No, calm down.
Yeah, none of that.
No.
That's a different movie universe, Joel.
That's a different thing altogether. So that's all of that. The kind of extra information that I can throw on there was something that you and me, Joe, are gonna have to eat our words on this one.
Oh no.
So you remember way back when we were like, hey, that after credits scene with the alien stuff was fake.
Oh no.
It probably wasn't. It was probably real.
Okay.
Ouch.
Adam Wingard did this interview today. You can check it out on Gomorrah Island, which is a great source for kaiju news and stuff.
Right.
Where somebody asked him, like, so how did the movie initially end? And he was like, the movie ended the same way that you saw in the theatrical cut of the movie, with Godzilla and Kong making peace with each other, and Godzilla leaves. Kong goes to the Hollow Earth. Great stuff. Now, originally, he said that the Kong Hollow Earth thing was the after credits scene, but then they recut it and put it at the end of the movie. So the interviewer goes, well, then what was the original after credits scene? And he says, I would tell you, but then I would reveal the direction that they may be going in with future movies. So there was that rumor that there was an alien after credits scene, that there was some kind of signal that Monarch detected, and they were like, there's something heading towards the Earth.
So what isn't it that Monster Zero, King Ghidorah, isn't that an alien kaiju?
Ghidorah was an alien, yeah.
Yeah, and then Gigan was a bounty hunter alien, right?
So I can't say what this after, like, I can't say who they're alluding to in this after credits scene. I honestly don't know. I can speculate, but it surprises me and doesn't surprise me, because this Monarch show was rumored around the same time, and it might have been around with the same people, around the time that rumor about the aliens and stuff came out. Right. And nobody believed them because there was no evidence to back it up. Well, now the Monarch show is confirmed, and Adam Wingard has said there was an after credit scene that might reveal how the future movies might go.
Right.
So, and on top of that, you have the stuff at the beginning of GVK that says ancient aliens and Hollow Earth story connected. You have Bernie asking about the Roswell facility, the Monarch facility in Roswell. You start to put these things together, and it's like, oh yeah, that is what they're talking about.
Aliens.
That is something. Yeah. So it sounds like post maybe a Kong Hollow Earth movie, if there is a Destroy All Monsters movie, that could be what the enemies are in that movie. Some kind of
so I have a question. They announced that this is happening, right? How far along are they with it, or they just announced it?
I'm going to say if they're willing to announce it, they probably have a pretty good idea of how it's going to go. So I
do they have anything filmed yet?
I doubt that. I doubt they have anything filmed yet.
So nothing is made, really?
No, I think that they're...
Maybe concept art, but that's pretty far.
But this is like a year away, or is it 2 years away?
I'm going to say probably 2023 or 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Or maybe we'll get a trailer in 2023, right?
I would imagine something like that, yeah.
I'd say late 2023, close to Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Or we might get like a 30-second teaser trailer or something.
Yeah.
They're making things faster in this day and age because they don't make you wait. So it's
I think this year they're going to have the Kong Skull Island anime, which is another canon monster.
Okay, I remember there was going to be an anime of some sort. Couldn't remember if it was Godzilla or Kong.
Now, Kong, they could just do whatever the hell they want to do, right? Like
because I think they trademarked this version of Kong. So anybody can make a King Kong movie, but nobody can make like a MonsterVerse Kong. So they can do whatever they want. That's why I said even if when we thought that the contract with Toho was up, I was like, even if that is true, they can still do Kong stuff until 2055. If they want.
I have a question because we know it's not owned by Toho. Mm-hmm. But with all this stuff with Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Kong and the MonsterVerse and the Monarch and Sky Islands, doesn't this pave the way and help for new Gamera movie? Like, because wouldn't people get excited and want to see something, and then the company that owns Gamera could just put something new out, or no?
I'm going to be honest with you. We should have already gotten a Gamera movie.
Yeah, what's going on?
In Japan. I'm not saying like an American version. I mean, like
who owns it? Why can't Toho buy it? Why?
It's either Kawadaka or Daiei. I think it's Daiei.
So why can't Legendary buy it?
They could go make them an offer. However, we don't know what that would do to the relationship with Toho, because if Toho's like, no, we don't want Gamera,
they could be pissed, right?
Yeah,
they're very funny about that. They could lose the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say this though. There's something that I found. I didn't know this, like, because I never watched it, but there was what's his name? It's not Ultraman. It's
Giant Robot.
No, there's another one. His name is slipping my mind, but he's kind of like an Ultraman, like a version of Ultraman. And there were a couple episodes where they did a crossover where Godzilla showed up, right?
Yeah, I think we talked about this. I sent you a link to something. Remember that?
And it was the show of Godzilla.
Z Rangers or something. Whatever the hell.
I can't remember.
What the frig was it?
It's something, but they're right. So there's
Godzilla Island or something.
No, that's a different show.
Okay.
There's a scene where this guy is fighting a monster that can shapeshift, right? And so the monster shapeshifts. At first, it shapeshifts into Godzilla, then it shapeshifts into other things. It shapeshifts into Ultraman at one point, and then out of nowhere, it shapeshifts into Gamera.
What?
And Godzilla shows up, and they like have like a stare off for a few minutes, and I was like,
when did this happen?
Yeah, this was in the 60s or in the 70s. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's different. So I mean, they were on screen together at one point.
They were. Why did I see? I always thought they were. That's weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't actually Gamera, but it was the Gamera suit. So I mean, good enough for me.
Yeah. Is there a still of that?
You can find it on YouTube.
Wow. I'm trying to find.
I gotta remember this thing's name.
What the hell? I sent you a link to that 2 years ago. I forgot what that was.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking so hard on it, but it was
something Zen, right? Or Zen, or
no.
No? I forgot what it was called, man. Damn it. It was in the 60s, right?
It was in like the 60s or 70s, yeah.
Let me see.
And we're still waiting for one of them to make a movie about it.
Yeah, I mean, the reason we bring it up is, we should already have had a Gamera movie already, because like now, the MonsterVerse genre is, and I should say the Kaiju Tokusatsu genre is really popular. So they're doing a Gamera movie, and then of course there was always that thing that happened in 2016 where at New York Comic Con they did that footage, that test footage.
Yeah, I remember saw
that.
Be
a movie.
Yeah,
and then they never did it. It
wasn't Ultraman Dino, was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Ultraman. No,
I know. I'm just trying to.
Somebody in the chat might know.
You're trying to reboot your mind.
People in the chat? Oh, Jay Wolf, I don't know if he knows. I'm trying to find this thing, the Godzilla thing.
Yeah, but how many times have we said it down the years for other movies and that should be?
I know.
They're the ones that we want. They're the ones that we want movies made of. They don't make, and yet they make remakes of ones that we don't want.
Well, I always said that if Legendary could get Toho to kind of like be okay with it, and they went to Daiei or whoever it was, Kawadaka, whoever owns it, and they got Gamera for the MonsterVerse, that would be it. I mean, that would be the thing.
Icing on the cake.
That would be a huge get for them. And then if they did like a Godzilla versus Gamera kind of thing, I mean, that's it. That's the thing that everybody's wanting. So like we've already seen King Kong versus Godzilla, so like we were kind of okay with that going in. But if they did a Godzilla versus Gamera, or even if they fought, they didn't have to be a movie. If they fought in another movie, I mean, that would be it. I mean, could you imagine if they did a Destroy All Monsters and you had Godzilla, Gamera, Kong, Mothra and Rodan on the screen at the same time?
That'd be crazy.
Like, I mean, I think like every monster fan, even if they didn't like the MonsterVerse, would collectively just explode.
That's what they need to have, though.
Just nuts.
Little or whatever how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, it would be crazy. And I think Gamera fits into this universe pretty well because I mean, if they do like a reversion of the Heisei Gamera where he was like an ancient species created by Zone Fighter. Thank you.
It was with a Z. Zone Fighter.
Zone Fighter. Jesus, I couldn't remember that for the life of me.
Well done, Joe.
Yeah, I thought it was something with a Z.
Zone Fighter.
Zone Fighter.
Yeah, it was. I was getting into that a little bit before because I never really gotten into Zone Fighter. I got into Ultraman for a little bit, but I was never really like a Zone Fighter guy. And then I started watching some of it, and I got to the episodes with Godzilla, and then I was like, hey, why the hell's Gamera here too?
So that was, which one was that though?
What?
With the Gamera one. You
can find them on YouTube. They have the clips of when him and Godzilla fight together, and then it's in like four or five parts.
This is crazy. Yeah. So that's Ultraman in it, or is it just Zone Fighter?
It's just Zone Fighter and Godzilla, but the monster that Zone Fighter is fighting can transform, and it transforms into all these things like Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna.
Fun fact: in that show, you see where Ghidorah from the Showa era comes from, and I'm pretty sure that's where he dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't show you the video, but there's the Zone Fighter and Godzilla versus the Terror Beasts, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff on the side.
That's the one. Yeah, it's the.
Yep.
But I can't show the video because again, we'll
Toho will attack the stream.
They will take me down. So we don't need that. But anyway, I'll be watching that after this thing. Ha!
I'll be listening to Totally 70s.
Oh, you're doing the music tonight. I'm sorry.
No. I'll be listening. I'll be listening. No, I'll be listening.
I was to work tonight, and I was about to go out the door, and then boom, canceled. So thank God I didn't get on the bus.
Yeah, because that's who I was listening to before you chimed in saying another cast. So
yeah.
Paul's over there and doing his Friday. Okay. I totally forgot it was Friday. Nice. Tell you the truth.
Chris, did you see Scream or no? No.
Okay. I wasn't really interested in Scream, but I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things. I mean,
yeah, I want to see it still. It beats Spider-Man No Way Home. It's doing well, and Spider-Man No Way Home still doing excellent also. So.
And Scott's still laughing about 355.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
And of course they're respreading old Real Whovians cast episodes about David Tennant returning to Doctor Who.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Look, we know he's coming back in the 60s. So
I came up with the idea of not pretty much holding off the regeneration.
Yeah. You're not going to have a new Doctor debut in the 60s. That's
no.
So it's going to be a fan fest. Russell T Davies is back. Gallifrey explains Tecteun's full of shit. Here's the doctors, and all the doctors telling the 13th Doctor, why would you fall for that? Like, basically.
Yeah. Come up to him, just take your fat shoulders and just shake.
What is wrong with you? Right.
That would be fantastic.
This one's not your mom.
David offers her a cookie. Or was it Matt Smith offers her a cookie?
And then, right, Russell T Davies is like, that's not your mommy. This is your mommy. And
they come out with a gas mask.
With the mother from David Tennant. That's his real mother.
Yeah. Or one of them turns around to her and says, when you hit fame, did you really lose some brain cells?
They'll get the actress from the time that was like doing like the Weeping Angel.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to call her the mother. So
yes.
So he will call her.
Productions now in control of Doctor Who. He can do that in a way,
right?
Yeah,
they'll say
covering her face.
Yeah, they'll say that's the Weeping Angels originally were. You know, Gallifreyan and whatever. They'll do some shit.
She's covering her face until they reveal that that's not actually the Timeless Child.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. I was thinking that same thing.
Yeah.
That
like, oh wait, she's not the timeless child, well then I can watch again.
Bro, that's
the timeless child was like the most useless piece that we ever got.
Is wearing a gardener outfit with an ood on a spaceship traveling the multiverse, and she's like, "That's your universe, that one." Like, you know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, she's so full of shit. It's not even funny, and I can't wait for that shit to be fixed because, oh god, what a mess.
That's if we do get it fixed.
Russell T. Davis, please get on that.
Yeah, Russell, please fix it.
Fix that shit, bro. Get that.
Yeah, you know, the one thing that worries me about that is that he could do the obligatory political move and be like, well, I don't want to step on what the predecessor did, and then just leave it alone.
That.
Be like, nah, fix it, man, please.
Yeah, fix that shit. You're fixed.
If he does that, then
if you don't fix it, no.
If he does that, then I think the ratings will definitely drop more.
Yeah.
But if he ignores everything else.
Oh yeah, that one statement would then show that we're just dealing with more shit. It's just gonna have Russell T. Davis's name on it.
He's got you got to rebuild the foundation, so you got to get rid of that shit out of there.
There's so many loose ends.
God, too many.
Yeah, we were talking about them, weren't we? We were talking about Davos should be walking. Davos should be walking.
Yes, he should. And they got out of the fucking pocket universe, so why are they back in there? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
They're hiding there because they're ashamed of the time.
They got out. They were fucking. It's called fucking Hellbent.
No, Joe, they're hiding in there. Don't worry. Look at it this way, Scott. They're hiding in there because they thought that 355 got released at a later date.
Let's make more woke shit.
Yeah.
But honestly,
what's the sequel? 0? Because it didn't make shit.
So the sequel to 355 is not going to have any left.
But isn't that the same movie as like the Gunpowder Milkshake that what's the name did? Did that even come out either too or no?
It went to this. I think it went to one of the streaming services.
Okay.
It was good. It was good.
Okay. But that's the same shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We get either remakes of things that we don't want to watch, or we get the same ideas but twisted a little bit, and it's the same idea.
It's like that David Tennant Christmas ornament that they repainted as Jodie Whittaker that time. And it's got fucking David Tennant's face. Remember that shit? How cheap was that? Oh, God, bring Doctor Who back and fix it. And speaking of that, I was watching Noel's live stream, and they were talking, because I shared that weeks ago, that they're actually doing a revival to Quantum Leap, but all new cast and everything. I don't know how you're going to fix it, but unless they're just going to not mention, or maybe mention Sam Beckett and Al and just not show, of course, Al, Dean Stockton passed away.
Yeah, unless you're told, it's a
mess. He altered the timeline where Dean Stockwell's character of Al was not a prisoner of war.
Yeah.
So his wife didn't remarry. He wasn't miserable and that he lost her and then he became a womanizer. So he saved him from being a prisoner of war so that way he could be with the love of his life, which means that the whole character of Al would be completely different and would be loyal to the wife and not cheat and not this and not have 5 or 7 wives, and it'll be totally different Al. But that Al would no longer exist to save Sam, and it wouldn't be part of Quantum Leap Project, so nobody would know that Sam's leaping. Because the timeline's fucked. Like, it's like you can't erase something that would create the thing in the first place, right? So, like, in order for that to work,
paradox.
They created that's what it's about. The Quantum Leap revival was that he created a paradox because he wasn't supposed to do that. And
let me just say this, right? Like, and this is not just for Quantum Leap fans, but this is for fans of anything that's getting a revival / reboot at this point.
Yeah.
Be prepared for it to be some pretty asinine shit.
Yeah.
I've
already anticipated that.
It's Quantum Leap. It's Quantum Leap, but from a completely different universe, and you don't know any of these characters.
Basically, all it's got linked with the original name is their name.
It might be Woke Leap.
Yeah.
It's Quantum Lop.
And that's not me trying to be negative.
No,
that's not me trying to be negative or anything. How many times do we have to hear the same thing? Oh, this is coming back. We all speculate on what it is, and then it's like, well, no.
Dude, at one point in time, Sony was going to make an Aunt May movie like Charlie's Angels, but with all.
I think they're still gonna do that.
Remember that shit?
I'm gonna be honest.
You remember that shit?
I think that's still gonna happen. I really do.
You know what?
It's the Mayverse.
You know what would be funny as hell is if in the Doctor Strange Madness movie they pretty much referenced that thing.
Yeah,
that would be funny as hell.
I heard that that they're gonna reverse the fucking spell.
Did you trust me that compared to what came out a couple of days ago is like small stuff. Did you see the fucking Avengers thing that came out?
Which one? So
this might be a spoiler for Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness. So if you don't want to know, stop watching now. Like seriously, like this is almost confirmed at this point.
Okay.
There was this thing on Reddit that came out about some Doctor Strange merchandise that's going to be coming out here pretty soon that was leaked. And one of the things that leaked was premium Doctor Strange Avengers t-shirt, right? And it's a t-shirt with the Avengers logo. Now, we all know what the Avengers logo looks like, you know?
Yeah.
This was a completely different Avengers logo. Like it was red. It was just like the font was different. So everybody was like, well, what the hell is that? Yeah. The speculation right now is that at some point in this movie, he assembles a multiverse Avengers.
Oh yeah, based on the cartoon.
Based on the Illuminati from the cartoon. Like that's the
I heard about that one too on
So in other words, Chris Evans is back. Scarlett Johansson.
We don't know who it is. Like we don't know if it's like that Avengers or if it's a different one. But the speculation right now is that it could be like Reed Richards and Wolverine, and all these like multiversal versions of these characters who come together to stop Wanda because she's been confirmed to be the villain.
Ah, shit.
So,
in one of the YouTube shows I was watching, they said, "Wouldn't it be funny if we see Evan step in and everybody's expecting him to do the whole Captain America thing, and he says flame on instead?"
Well, he is the Human Torch in the universe there. So yeah.
Well, I was looking on Twitter the other day, and someone said, "Why don't we get instead of reaction over the Avengers, why don't we get something different like the West Coast Avengers or something?"
Well, I thought they were going to do that at one point in time. With Hawkeye.
I thought that's what the kids were about.
Tigra and Moon Knight and She-Hulk and.
Well, talking of Moon Knight, rest in peace to that actor. Trying to remind me, Joe. Skiing accident.
Fuck. That's crazy.
It's getting crazy.
Moon Knight looks pretty good, actually. Right?
I mean, it looks interesting. I don't know too much about Moon Knight. I know everybody became a Moon Knight fan overnight, which I thought.
I was familiar with West
Coast. I think everyone's looking. I think everyone's looking forward to Moon Knight.
I used to wear his T-shirt like 30 years ago.
I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying that if you look around the internet, all of a sudden everybody's becoming a Moon Knight expert. And I'm like, you people know nothing.
They don't know shit. Right? You know nothing, Jon Snow. Right?
You know nothing. You see nothing.
Any of you looking forward to She-Hulk or?
Looks interesting.
I want to know because apparently there's some kind of Red Hulk connection in that show, so I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah, Thunderbolt Ross because they were hinting them having 3 biceps.
Apparently Daredevil also is going to turn up in that, isn't he?
That he's going to just become the Hulk, so he's not going to croak, basically. Yeah, that's probably going to happen. So let me ask you, I have a question now. We were talking about this, I think, briefly, Chris. Doctor Strange's spell is not powerful enough to be covering the entire universe. It's just
I highly doubt it. Yeah,
right. It's just local to Earth. But my question is, obviously, because they were saying how they really want to have Zendaya back, and they really want to have, they're gonna reverse it. But the thing is, they're saying now that everybody that's off Earth. Will know who Peter Parker is, like Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, Sword, Shield, whatever's in space, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor. But when they come to Earth, do they forget, or is the spell just done?
I don't know. I would imagine that if you weren't, well, let me say this: Captain Marvel's going to remember no matter what.
Well, she's not in Earth. She's not on Earth, though.
I know. Even if they say this thing covers the universe, she's gonna remember.
It can't cover the universe because it wasn't powerful enough.
I think there are certain people who are strong enough to resist the spell. Like for example, like I'm gonna go way to one end and then I'm gonna go way to another end with this. So like this is not gonna affect somebody like Galactus or something.
No,
like
right.
Galactus is like, I remember who fucking Spider-Man is, and they're gonna know.
It doesn't fucking matter.
But like for example, like Wanda. I think Wanda would be like, something just happened.
Yeah.
Like she could sense that the spell was out there, but like she's strong enough to be like, no, Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Like,
she would block it, right?
Yeah.
I think that it affected like I'd say 99% of the population on Earth and Sword, because Sword is within Earth's atmosphere. So I think that they they're within Earth's atmosphere. So I think that they were affected by it as well. I think that the Guardians, Thor, Captain Marvel, they all remember, because I don't think that this went outside of that.
No,
so I think
wouldn't they or Nick Fury
based?
Right.
Yeah,
but wouldn't they or Nick Fury force Doctor Strange to reverse it?
Not if they don't know something happened.
Because wouldn't they feel that that's detrimental to certain things?
Well, no. I mean, they won't even know that it happened.
Yeah.
Because they're like, nobody's conscious of this. Like, it's not like people walking around like Doctor Strange did something, but I don't remember what it was.
But if say Captain Marvel came to Earth, let's just say for argument's sake,
you don't know what.
Well, let's just say for argument's sake, Captain Marvel and Thor comes to Earth, and they have to find Spider-Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they say something to Doctor Strange, wouldn't that break the spell immediately if they say Peter Parker Spider-Man?
No.
Why?
Because Doctor Strange would be like, yeah, but who's Peter Parker?
So that wouldn't break the spell immediately.
No. I think the only person that could break the spell is Doctor Strange. Like,
but he doesn't know he cast the spell.
Exactly.
Or does he? But doesn't know the contents of it.
No, I don't think he knows he cast a spell at all. I think that
because the whole teaser trailer was connected to No Way Home, like about the multiverse.
Basically, anybody who's on Earth, on Earth had their mind wiped.
No, but what I'm talking about is the whole thing with Doctor Strange is connected to the spell, isn't it? Because that's the way they teased it.
The spell itself is one of the things that apparently what we find out in the movie, though, and this is apparently a misdirect in the trailer, is that it's not just the spell that he cast in No Way Home. Apparently, it's all the things that they did in Endgame. Apparently, that is what caused a shit ton of problems throughout the multiverse.
Well, what did he do in Endgame besides the fucking snapping of the fucking thing?
Remember, he was in that little trance where he's looking for the best option.
Yeah.
All right,
but
so
that's no. In Endgame, when they reversed the snap and they went through the universe collecting the stones, that apparently made people who were like guarding the multiverse were like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Because they didn't put the fucking shit back.
No, they did, but the fact
they didn't because Loki got away.
No, listen.
A variant of Loki got away.
Of that universe is gone, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Okay.
But what they're again, this is from the leak, so whether this turned out to be true or not, they did a lot of reshoots, but apparently most of the movie stood intact from what I heard. Apparently, the fact that the Avengers went through and got the stones and did what they did in Endgame caused a shit ton of problems on top of Strange casting that spell, what happened in Loki, Wanda, all of these things happening relatively close together are breaking everything. Now, allegedly, the Illuminati or whoever it is, the Guardians of the Multiverse, whatever, have noticed this, and they're like, Strange, you're responsible. This is your shit that you're supposed to keep from happening.
What are they even blaming Steve Evans? Well, Captain America staying and with Peggy.
Yeah, that's another thing. But again, I mean, we don't even know if that universe is intact because the fucking time people could have wiped it away. So we have no idea.
That's where we're hazy with too, because again, well, where did that stone go that fucking Loki took, or did he get to keep it?
Exactly.
So,
and the thing too is like, we don't even know.
Because if Thanos from an alternate universe could just step through and start fighting them in Endgame, so could everybody else.
Exactly.
Right? So, who would stop anybody else, really?
It made me laugh when the comments were coming out before No Way Home came out, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Doctor Strange is Mephisto and all that," and I'm like, "What?"
No, Doctor Strange.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Really, what they should have done was said that Doctor Strange is the only one who remembers who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, that would have been good.
So this way, that like at some point they could have him undo it.
Well, you don't know if he fucking did that secretly anyway, because he didn't have to fucking tell him that he just kept the memory of him. Because he could have had a spell where only he remembered or MJ remembered or whatever.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that the caster of that spell is also affected by it. Like that seems like a kind of like a bad.
Because he'd be the center focal point anyway.
Right.
They're making, in this case, they're making Peter Parker actually the focal point.
I don't honestly think because he didn't listen and he just fucking remembered because he's not going to fucking do that. I don't think so.
Yeah,
he could do that.
Spell should be the focal point of.
He could fucking do that. It's not going to destroy the universe if he knows who the fuck Peter Parker was. He even said it. Right. He could have had 5 people in there that remember.
I did think that it was really cool. I didn't notice this when I first watched the scene online, but like somebody pointed out that if you look at that scene where Strange says they're coming through and I can't stop them, right. when you look at the things that were coming through, they're all Spider-Man's rogue gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew
one
that.
Of them was Kraven, one of them was Black Cat, one of them was Chameleon. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that I liked.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but again, they could have did something with Emma Stone because that.
Which begs the question. I mean to cut you off, but like, which begs the question. How bad is Spider-Man at keeping his identity in these other universes?
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Right?
Everybody knows who he
is. Shit.
Well, look at
he's like, Peter, holding that everybody knows you're Spider-Man in like fucking a million universes. It's like, shit.
Oh, yeah, all the villains know. That's
because not for nothing, when he's looking at the universes for Thanos, he probably looked like, Peter Parker. It's like shit.
Talking of Spider-Man, I've got a question. I know it's going to be way out there because it's probably going to be years down the line. But how long do you think it'll be before we see Miles Morales?
No, I think the next movie is with Andrew Garfield and Toby or whatever. Look, here's the thing. They know Tom.
A third for one dude.
Listen, you know that he wants to take a break, so you put out a fucking Tom Holland movie. You put out a Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movie, and you put out a Tobey Maguire movie.
Yep.
And then you can do them. Honestly, they're going to bring them back together because that's what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring Tom. They're going to put them all together in a movie.
I think if this is all really leading to Secret Wars, I think that we're going to see.
Yeah, I can see that happen more in Secret Wars. Yeah.
What Miles Morales? Sequel.
But they should do. They should have said that Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy was in the universe too, and that when everything got put back, she's alive. They should just do that because I don't give a fuck. Because so you mean to tell me that now in Tobey Maguire's universe, Doc Ock's just there, and Norman Osborn's just there.
I was thinking about that the other day too. I was like, Norman just went back to a place where they're like, oh, by the way, your son's dead. Bye.
Right. But you know what? I was thinking about this too, Chris. Right? It wasn't that he had fucking split personality, right? He was an asshole. Right? That's the big factor, right? He wasn't fucking nice at all. He was a business asshole. And when he got mad that they kicked him off the board, he was pissed. Yeah. And then, all right, he developed another personality, but he always was an asshole. Before he had... Right. Like, an asshole, so why are you making it like he's nice guy? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, he was never like that.
I would say asshole Norman is nicer than like the Green Goblin, but
no, but he wasn't. He wasn't a nice person.
His nice persona was this alternate personality.
No, but he wasn't a nice person either. Even if he was just fighting with the Goblin, he was still an asshole. Like he was still, So like my whole point is that he's gonna go back and they go like, oh shit, Norman Osborn's alive, right? And oh shit, Dr. Octopus is alive. But and then in the other universe,
he's gonna be in that spot where he's fallen into the ocean.
Is it really or not? Well, because here's the thing. They're alive in the universes now because the way you're going to start off Andrew Garfield's movie is you're going to show him pop back in there with Electro and Lizard and have to deal with those assholes before you can get forward with the new movie. I'm telling you.
Well, Lizard can go back to jail because he never died.
Right, but Electro, they want Electro because they want to do something with Electro. So
Electro, I think what you do with Electro, like nobody really cared who Electro was, so that guy could just kind of go.
Right, but he's still alive. But they could do that with Gwen too. That she was plucked out of the universe, whatever, and then she's just alive. And you know what? I don't care if they did that because it was a shitty way for her to die with shitty villains,
But what would be a creative thing? I mean, it's kind of late to do this now, but like it would be a pretty cool, like really creative way to go about it. Would be like if there was like, let's say, a mid-credit scene or an after-credit scene in No Way Home, where Doctor Strange like goes to like let's say he had to take them back to their universes respectively, like they didn't just walk back into their universes,
right.
And he took Andrew back, and then he like met the Doctor Strange of that universe. And then
there isn't one though.
There could be. And then they do something to save Gwen like that. I mean, that would be interesting because then you don't have to make it tied to the MCU. You could just, do whatever you got.
Yeah. Or they could do something that she just didn't go back and she's like, excuse me, she's talking to Doctor Strange at the end, she's in our universe.
I think they're gonna clone her because the original script for Amazing Spider-Man 3 had a whole cloning thing.
Was the Scarlet Spider? That was going to be the thing.
It was something. It was like they cloned
Miles Warren. In the comics, Miles Warren was her teacher with Peter Parker, and he was infatuated with her. Yeah. He loved her, and he loved Peter Parker as like a fucking son or some shit. And he cloned both of them, and he didn't know fucking. Oh shit, he's Spider-Man 2. What the fuck? So it's like,
Yeah.
It's like Spider-Man 4 when all them leaks were coming out, weren't it? Like that like that retired janitor person who was supposed to be Kraven the Hunter, weren't it? All that bull.
Yeah. So what universe is Kraven the Hunter? Andrew Garfield?
So I'm assuming that that's going to be in the Venom universe, which may or may not be Andrew Garfield's universe.
Let me tell you something. If they did an Andrew Garfield movie where he's buried alive by Kraven the Hunter, like Kraven's Last Hunt, that would be fucking phenomenal.
Honestly. Traumatize people? You really want to traumatize people?
Yeah, but let me tell you something. That was one of the most craziest fucking storylines ever.
I was going somewhere with that. Like, you really want to screw people up in that movie?
Honestly, the character of Spider-Man in the comic is claustrophobic because of that.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'm saying though. You really want to fuck people up in that movie?
No, I know they get a skid scared.
No, wait. Let me finish. I'm trying to go somewhere with this.
Oh god.
You really want to screw people up in that movie? Is that he doesn't just throw Spider-Man into a grave? He throws him into Gwen's grave.
Ooh.
Damn. Bro, they fucking did that in the comic. The guy Kindred dug up fucking Gwen Stacy's body and he put her at the fucking table.
Bro. I'll even one up you there, Chris.
Shit.
There's a skeleton there, but it's not hers.
Was it Uncle Ben?
Somebody stole her body, or
Kindred was a
badass. If they do that, then they'll come out and say, "Oh, this was Uncle Ben." You know what's going to come.
I don't even know what Uncle Ben looks like.
Man. Either way, man,
I don't know.
Messed up.
So let me ask you a question: How are they going to really make Kang all that, or are they going to just fucking ruin him?
I think Kang is going to be like almost untouchable until you get the Avengers together.
Right.
Like,
I'm looking forward.
Like I think that I'm being very honest with you. I think that they're going to have a scene right where you're going to have him fight some kind of version of Wanda, and he's just going to have some technology that just nullifies magic.
Right.
Because they already had that in the TVA. Like there was no magic in the TVA. She's gonna be like chaos magic to the max, and he's gonna throw some shit, and she's gonna be like, "What happened?" And he's gonna be like, "I don't like magic," Like,
right.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Kang.
Me too.
So we would Go on, Chris. I know.
No, I was gonna say that they have to do something because Doctor Strange and her have become too powerful. So how do you have any?
But that's another thing that doesn't make any sense. Is he Sorcerer Supreme or not?
I think he is in Multiverse of Madness, yeah.
But he's not in Spider-Man?
I guess not, no. By that time.
Now they're going to kill Wong?
I think Wong's going to die. I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to take a
I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
What's the new thing with Black Panther? They got fucking Michael B. Jordan back?
Probably.
Because that thing, they just shut it down again with the virus.
Yeah.
Got shut down again. That script's a mess.
That whole production is a mess, and you know it's funny too because you guys saw what Martin Freeman said right about that like way back when. He said the movie is kind of weird. He's like it's really really weird, like. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. This doesn't sound like the best.
What? And they will never cancel because they have an ego. They just won't.
It's the same way with Batwoman too, because they won't cancel that because they know what the
ramifications. They don't cancel stuff even if it sucks lately. I don't know why.
Hopefully Morbius doesn't suck, but I'm not really sure.
That's been fucking delayed more than New Mutants.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the most delayed movie apparently of all time now.
Fucking history.
So if Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3 went ahead, what villains would you choose for them?
Spider-Man 4?
Yeah. First Spider-Man 4, then Amazing Spider-Man 3.
I mean, I would like to see Bruce Campbell as like Mysterio, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just as a joke, you know, whatever. And
yeah.
Scorpion, yeah, I could see that. And
I honestly, I think that there would be some kind of cool, like if you did Tobey Maguire fights like an actual version of the Hobgoblin.
I was thinking about the Hobgoblin, but I have a feeling they would save that because of Tom Holland. With
same here.
I think they'll be there for that too. I just think it would be nice to see Tobey fight somebody like that. You know, like give him another really big villain.
He needs somebody tough, like really fucking a bastard.
How about
would be
Kingpin?
Cool? You know what would be cool? I think they're gonna save Kingpin for since they used him in Hawkeye. I think they're gonna save him from the. But you know what would be cool if they did like the Spider Slayers for Tobey. You know, like
somebody mentioned that.
But they should do J. Jonah Jameson because he used to originally finance all that shit.
Yeah,
remember? He used to pay for that. Yeah, they can make him pay, be a pain in the ass and just pay for all these things to go after Spider-Man.
I mean, you could do that. You could potentially do that with Andrew Garfield. I mean, if they had Oscorp, because we know.
I actually think Andrew Garfield's universe is the way to go right now. I think that they need to revisit that because
he didn't get a good send-off, really, did he? Because he got
no. I mean, people are more interested in seeing a movie with him than Tobey Maguire lately.
Yeah.
It was never Andrew's fault that movie series went, the way it did.
Yeah,
that was the writing. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't.
Do you think Chameleon would be a good villain for one of them?
Yeah. That's why I was mentioning Kingpin in a way.
Well, Kraven Hunter,
Chameleon's good.
Kraven Hunter definitely for Andrew Garfield.
Lackey to somebody.
Kraven Hunter definitely for Andrew Garfield.
That's why I think it's so weird that they're doing a Kraven the Hunter movie. It's like, why don't you just?
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, that's even Venom. Like, what the fuck now? Is that supposed to be Tom Holland's movie? I guess.
Yeah, well, right there's Venom Carnage in there and all that. Oh, that's like what?
First of all, Tom Holland should stop talking about retirement with Spider-Man. Like, fucking just.
I don't think he's talking about retirement. Per se. I think he just wants.
He's 26 years old. He's like, if I do Spider-Man after 30, you're gonna be doing Spider-Man after 30 because you got fucking 3 movies.
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, he probably thinks, okay, I've done Spider-Man. I just want to step away for maybe let's say 3.
Right, and what is he gonna fucking do, honestly?
And then come back.
In this day and age, what is he gonna fucking do, though? Honestly,
I think Kevin Feige will capture him and put him in a closet before he lets.
Right, this day and age, these movies won't survive because nobody wants to see fucking anything.
Exactly. I mean, the trouble with young actors and actresses today is that they're afraid that they're going to be typecast in that role. Like Adam West used to be typecast as Batman, weren't he?
But this is different now because now they don't get roles like they got roles. Because, like I said, you're going to go to a movie now with the virus and everything for just any regular fucking movie. You're going to go see a big fucking... No, of course not. You'll watch that shit on streaming, but you'll go to the movies to see Spider-Man. You'll fucking go to the movies to see, like, fucking Avengers 5. So,
you're right. Because the big screen, the big money makers...
You're going to risk your fucking health going to see a shitty-ass
low money ones.
Small movie.
The other ones, you'll go to and watch on your streaming.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's the way that streaming is gonna
shitty fucking movies that just whatever, right?
Yeah, like I'll give you a great example. No offense to Ridley Scott or anything, but that last Duel movie that really should have come out on a streaming service.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody was going to go to the theater to see that, and especially not now. You know what I'm saying? And then he got all pissed off because it didn't do well, and it's like, well, what do you expect?
Yeah, Dune was good, but it wasn't a big money maker.
Please, it's such a fucking mess out there, honestly. People
and
don't know what the fuck's happening.
Well,
I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm sure it's a phenomenal movie.
It was good.
I got to tell you, when I was a kid and I saw the original, I didn't know what was so big about it because I fell fucking asleep. It was like 4 hours and a half, and I'm like, it was just boring as fuck to me. It was boring as fuck to me, honestly.
That's why with the pandemic going on, that they should still do what they were doing originally.
They tried to be like the next Star Wars.
Come out. Yeah, the movies come out in the theater. If they can put it out in the theater, they should put it out on the streaming service the same day. Right. And then if they want to watch it at home, they can watch it at home.
I will say this about the streaming services. When you have a big time movie like Spider-Man or the Avengers movie, those, I'm sorry, you should wait about, I'm going to say,
6 months.
Maybe 3 or 4 weeks before you put them on your streaming service.
Oh, I say wait longer. Make them wait because you don't want to put that out too soon, honestly.
At least 2 weeks is the minimum you should wait.
You know what thing that sucks?
Maybe 4 or 5, because at least by the second week, nearly everybody, even the fan base, has already gone to see it.
Mm-hmm. You know what pisses me off? They keep emphasizing that the fucking Eternals are fucking robots.
Oh, God.
I know.
Like, they keep fucking saying it, like more and more synthezoid robots. That's horrible.
It really is. It really
is. And I gotta tell you, Chris, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Bro, I have never saw a movie where I was so fucking conflicted and confused in my fucking entire life. The first 5 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? That, like, you try to throw a little comedy in there. She likes him, but whatever. Then a fucking sex scene, and 30 minutes in, I'm like, what the
people
fuck?
were talking about that.
Is that a boob? I'm like, that's in the desert? They're fucking... And then I'm like, wait a minute. Then you threw this shit in there. You fucking threw this shit in there. You fucking threw IKEA in there. You threw a gay kiss in there. I'm like, and I said in my video, I'm like, it's like they gave $300 million to a fucking child that didn't graduate high school and wrote this shit, and someone that was a director for the first time, even though the director was an Oscar-winning whatever. But like, it was a hodgepodge of shit, right? But then it got better, right? It got better, but then I'm like, wait a minute. They just stole the plot for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where Ego the Living Planet planted seeds in every fucking planet in the universe. Yeah. And I'm like, why is Marvel copying off of each other constantly? Like, the whole thing with Scarlet Witch hearing her children, that's fucking Shang-Chi's fucking father hearing his fucking wife's alive. Why are you doing that? Don't you fucking pay attention to what you're writing?
Talking about Shang-Chi, I enjoyed that.
That apparently has a point. Like, there's a reason they both heard that. So apparently that's going to be like a payoff later on.
Oh, like Mephisto or some shit?
I mean, either him or potentially Shuma-Gorath or someone like that.
Okay.
So say that initial...
But Shuma-Gorath in this was not Shuma-Gorath. It's Gigantor or some shit.
Dr. Strange that wasn't who we thought it was.
But I did enjoy Shang-Chi, though. I really enjoyed that.
I just don't like the copying. See, you know what thing that sucks? Is that you have to go to Eternals. A pile of shit, because it's going to be connected to fucking 50 movies in the future, right?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest with you about that. I think that's going to be another one of those Kevin Feige things where he slowly starts to disconnect that from things.
He is, right? Because let me tell you something. Not for nothing. Let me tell you something. Not for nothing. Everybody put the fucking meme up that Eternal's useless. Them not getting involved is such a fucking cop-out. Because if Thanos was against the Celestials' plan, the Celestials like, go get that motherfucker, right?
Because Thanos had the deviant gene in him. That's why he looks the way he does.
Right, because he was born from 2 Eternals. But he's not a fucking robot.
No.
Well, no. They didn't clarify Thanos being eternal because they're fucking robots.
Literally. They're literally fucking robots.
They're robots. That can't die.
Mm-hmm.
Who keeps getting rebooted.
Right.
I personally think that we have enough evidence to look in Infinity War where Thanos was talking about his home planet. I don't think it's the same thing in the MCU.
No, they changed that shit. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I agree with you, Chris. They're going to fucking make it like you never heard of the Eternals.
Yeah, I don't think that he's actually an Eternal.
I honestly think that he regrets the Eternals, and I think that he's going to be like, oh shit, let's just wipe this shit under the rug. I wouldn't really let them appear, period, anybody. And nothing against the actresses, but it just... It's a bad fucking taste in my mouth. Just think about this for a second, though, right? They're the biggest mass murderers in fucking the universe's history. They've killed billions of people on each planet, right? And they don't remember it. And it only took the billionth time for them to start to fucking remember, oh shit, are we doing the right thing? But the whole time they've done this billions of times.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, that sucks, honestly. And they all turned on each other, but then they love each other. It's like, and then you introduce fucking Star Fox. Eros is like, it's a great thing that he's Thanos' brother. I wouldn't be fucking announcing that because he'd get fucking killed. Honestly.
Pretty much. I was really looking forward to Eternal. Then I saw the trailer, and then I thought, well, I'm really looking forward to it. Then when it came out, I wasn't. It just went.
Who the fuck wrote that? How is that a good thing, though? But how is that a good line? He fucking killed half the universe.
I know.
Let me introduce this fucking guy as the brother, so that way he can get killed by every single planet.
Or he can get kidnapped. Yeah.
The first thing they would do is Thanos' brother, and they would kill him. They wouldn't even think twice because you just killed half the universe.
And his family.
Why would he be happy about that? Like, I don't understand. I don't think she even knew who the fuck Thanos was that she wrote that line, or whoever wrote that fucking line. Now you want to throw Blade and shit into it. Like, you just put a pile of shit, but from the shit you want to grow good shit. You can't really. You agree,
yeah,
Chris?
I don't know why the hell Blade was there. I have no idea.
You're fucking ruined the opening.
Yeah.
Honestly. First of all, now you're trying to tie in the Ebony Blade with vampires from the ancient fucking times, like Camelot, Excalibur, Ebony Blade. Like, you're getting to be ridiculous. So stop. Now you're going to make it like, oh, fucking... You know what they're going to do now? They're going to make it like Blade has fucking ancestors that were vampire hunters.
Please don't.
That they have to, because, bro, that's what they're going to do. They're not going to make it that, oh, special circumstances, his mother was bit as he was in the womb. No, they're going to change his origin. That he's a fucking... And they're going to be like, oh, shit, let's get the knife.
There was a time when he had an alternate blade and the sword, and that's what it was.
No, he was a fucking baby in his mother's womb that got bit. She got bit, and the blood from the vampire with the sack with the protective thing kept him alive, but didn't make him fully a vampire. So he got the powers of vampire without the weaknesses, really.
I really need to know how they're gonna be like. You know, there have been vampires the whole time. Like, I guess they can say that they were an underground society, but
the Night Stalkers.
Yeah.
With the werewolf by night and fucking Hannibal, whatever. That's what they're going to do.
I'm kind of worried as well for the future because some movies I'm going to look forward to, and then some of them I'm going to be hesitant now because of how they're going to go in a direction.
Honestly, if the Avengers found that, if that shit was all over the news that the Eternals been around and they fucking just didn't do shit, the Avengers would fucking beat the shit out of them, honestly.
Thor would have gone up there and said, what the fuck?
Fuck Icarus. Break his ass. He sucks. Please. Bro, that was like, I'm telling you, that was a mistake. Just like I said, Inhumans was never going to happen. This shit actually happened. This is the first shit, honestly, of the MCU. This is the first shit. This is...
Overall, yeah. I mean, there have been some bad movies, but, you know, this was the one.
The best is you got great fucking people. First of all, the acting was shit, too, though. I'm sorry.
You had a great cast, and then you let it down with a shit movie.
The acting was shit. They
made a great cast, and then they went with a shit movie. It's like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to be like DC.
Did they try to educate us about YouTube and fucking views and Instagram? Like, really? And Bollywood? Like, what the fuck just happened with this movie? Like, they tried to educate us like we're stupid about... Like, we've been fucking YouTubers for fucking years.
Woke agenda.
What the fuck were they doing?
They were trying to go after the DC shittest movie award, weren't they?
The other guy, why isn't he not a supervillain that's controlling people for fucking centuries? Why wouldn't he be a goddamn villain, mastermind villain? Like he just lost his fucking mind. The other guy, he creates that fucking atomic bomb and it kills everybody. He's not fucking crazy either. He's in a house with a kid and a boyfriend or a husband, whatever, and he's good.
I like too that they're just like watching TV, like, oh look, the Chitauri are invading Manhattan. Like,
oh shit, fucking Thanos is fucking killing everybody. Shit.
Oh look, there's his brother.
Yeah.
Well, we can't make him see us. He'd fucking be pissed. If Thanos would have saw them, they would have been dead instantly, honestly. He would have went after him immediately.
Oh, look, honey, Ultron's taking over Sokovia. That's great.
Fuck. Ultron just fucking razor fucking blasted the kid into pieces.
Loki's open the portal. Like, seriously.
Jesus Christ. Like, just let me just ignore that shit.
Yeah, they love humanity.
They killed themselves.
We should know something up was with Eternals.
Bro, if they would have made it that they were frozen or
because of the divine.
They could have had the deviants imprison them and then they would sleep in the whole time. That they ruined that whole shit, bro.
They love humanity so much.
They
love humanity so much, but they're okay with half of them getting wiped out.
Yeah. Half the fucking universe, bro. Half the universe. That has nothing to do with Earth. Because it's half the fucking universe that they fucking are going, well, that's because they were like, oh shit, we just killed everybody, but this guy just killed everybody more. Just beat us with his fucking snap. He did our job for us. Shit. They should have just had him see with Galactus go, fuck.
Yeah. All we need now is
like munchkins to him. He's like, fuck.
All we need now is a supervillain to create a super weapon and then send it to the Eternals' own planet and go, boom, that's it, you're raised.
Then you got this fucking idiots trying to do a Marvel DC thing, and then they just pissed off fucking DC by fucking making Ms. Marvel have fucking Green Lantern powers.
Yeah, somebody talked about that too.
Great fucking job with that one.
And the problem is the race that she comes from, they don't believe in that type of stuff.
Marvel don't give a fuck about that shit.
What's going on? Everyone's picking up everyone.
Know how fucking stupid they are, right? Marvel lately. I love Marvel, but they do the stupidest fucking shit, right? They did that fucking storyline where fucking Captain America's like, I don't believe in America. I'm like, I almost had a fucking heart attack when I saw that, right? That line. And then they go around and they're like, oh, Native American America. Like, they worship their own fucking thing, not America. They do their own fucking thing. Why would they be a fucking captain of America and you be fucking Chinese or you be this? It's like, doesn't make any fucking sense. Like how you would be your own country or you be your own thing, right?
I'm pretty sure in the comics Sam is Captain America again, and it's going to be a whole.
Well, that's what they're doing now too, because they're doing both of them a Captain America now again.
Well, I'm hoping that from a British standpoint. I think Captain Britain.
You know how stupid they are? They're like, oh, we could have multiple Spider-Man. They're in different states. It's good. No, it's not, because you'd be like, Spider-Man, help me. Oh no, not that one. Like that, you can't do that. Chris, I always said this. How many times everything shows? One Captain America, one Spider-Man, one Hulk, one Iron Man. You don't have fucking 5, 10. Stop it. Just stop.
We think that way, but it's like the people in charge of this stuff, they have to have their 9 versions of every superhero because that's just the way it is.
You know what? Let's make fucking, you know what? Because he has the same facial hair, let's make fucking Tony Stark be fucking Sorcerer Supreme. Because he has a fucking goatee. That's how fucking stupid they are, though.
Could you imagine if this was the way of thinking when these characters were first made? Like,
but these are fucking 50-year-old, 40-year-old guys that are fucking stupider than fuck.
I know.
And they're like, oh, they have a goatee. He's fucking Sorcerer Supreme.
I know. I get it.
I'm like, what the fuck?
What do you expect, though? Look, this is why manga is outselling, comics now, because they don't give a shit about that.
They can't even do an original. You're doing a Miles Morales comic, right? Stop repeating the fucking Spider-Man storylines in Miles just because he has spider powers. That makes no sense that they would do a clone saga for Miles Morales.
That's just it.
It makes no sense you would do symbiotes. Just do a fucking brand new fucking story related to Miles Morales.
Make the money.
It's so dumb. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't.
They try to make money, Scott, from doing the same ideas, but people look at it and it goes and they see right through it, and it's like, what the
year before, everybody every week was making a fucking deal with Mephisto. How did this motherfucker get so fucking powerful? They literally Doctor Strange, right? The universe was just about destroyed, and he goes to Mephisto and he makes a deal, and Mephisto's like, right? How the fuck? You don't have the Infinity Gauntlet, motherfucker. In the Infinity Gauntlet, you were trying to take that shit, right? How are you that fucking powerful? You don't even need the Infinity Gauntlet. He erased the whole timeline. He fucking fixed it. He put it back to normal, the whole timeline, and then, of course, he punished Doctor Strange. He took a shard of his soul, and he has an Infinity Stone. But, like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck did Mephisto get so fucking powerful? How? Mephisto is more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet now.
Hey, you got to remember that the people that are writing these things, you know, they obviously think differently, and when they think something's a good idea, they run with it. The problem is that every like quote unquote good idea that they have is just kind of, you know, oh well, let's just redo this story, but instead we'll do it like this. And it's
the storylines they create that are brand new are stupid. Like, oh, the reason why Jane Foster had more powers as Thor is because the Hammer was always female. It's like, wait a minute, what? What are you fucking talking about?
They try to woke
what are you fucking talking? And then they're like, oh yeah, you know what? Thor's a little more powerful because his mother was the Phoenix. But shh, like what? Wait, what? Like he encountered the Phoenix before. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense. And the kicker is Tony Stark's father could be Mephisto. Like that's fucking.
I remember that one.
Howard Stark could be Mephisto. No,
Howard Stark made a deal with Mephisto. Mephisto's like, "I'm your father," and he fucking blasted him. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. This shit is so fucking stupid. The people that are doing the comics are so fucking stupid. Not all of them.
There's 2 points I wanted to make about that. Is that like you know, at points it sounds like they just kind of throw everything at the wall to see if something catches on. You know what I'm saying? And it obviously doesn't.
Yeah.
But I was watching this video before from another channel, and it was like they were making some good points because like we all know that the you know they're going to start introducing the X-Men and mutants into the MCU into the Prime
Fantastic Four.
Right? Yeah. And no, specifically with the X-Men, they made a good point. They said, you know, all signs are pointing to like this is going to be a radically different X-Men than anything that we've seen before.
Oh, like, don't do the comics.
No. Like there's not like going to be a point of reference for a lot of this stuff. Like storyline wise, there might be, but like a lot of people who are expecting like Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean and Storm and Xavier, they're like, listen, it may be something totally different, like off the wall, like you're not expecting it. And they made a good point too. They were like, you know, if you notice, Kevin Feige never said like, "Oh, the X-Men are coming." He has like every statement he makes, he says the mutants.
Yeah, because they want to change the name because one fucking female is like, "Oh, why could you call them X-Men if they're women in it?"
Right.
Are you? They're like so fucking woke and they're so ridiculous now because one fucking idiot said this. Like they do this and this shit. They're like, "Oh, She-Hulk's popular now, new series, right? Let's give her a series." So then the guy's like, "What are you doing?" Like, "What do you mean? She can't be butch. She's got to look exactly like she did before, beautiful and everything." They're like, "But that's the way she is now." Like, no, change that shit. And it's like, oh, so you're recognizing that you fucked up before and you made her like a man and you made it that she can't control it and like multiple personalities and shit with her too, which doesn't make any sense because it only works with fucking Bruce Banner. But now she can't control herself either, and she's like a fucking raving, fucking muscular fucking female. Like, oh no, we can't do that. Switch that shit now.
Well, luckily it looks like Feige was able to kind of axe that with the She-Hulk show. Like
that shit was.
I was wondering if he was the one that put.
But they did that with the comics now too. That made her back to normal too.
I think Feige looks at a lot of this stuff, and while I don't agree with him on everything. He looks at a lot of this stuff and goes, "Nah, we're gonna make it more like the original."
Well, he likes Ironheart, right?
He loves Ironheart. Apparently.
I fucking hate her. Right.
But here's my thing though, right? I don't think Kevin Feige is like blind to the fact that character did not work well in the comics.
Failed.
So I think that she's going to be a totally different version of Riri. I'm gonna be very honest with you. I think that a lot more people are going to like the MCU's version of her than the comics version.
And then they'll change the comic version like her because now they're doing fucking. They're bringing people in from the What If show in the fucking Marvel universe, like in the comic books. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
That's where the multiverse of madness is coming into play with the whole alternate Avengers.
No, I'm talking about the comic books, not the movies.
I know.
They're putting Captain Carter in the fucking comics now. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah.
Well, she's appeared before, but you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like I said, being British, I want to see Captain Britain soon, but I'll be waiting a long time.
You know, the rumor about that is they're trying to get Henry Cavill to potentially be him.
That's what I heard too.
But I don't think
why is he holding out? They're not going to fucking bring him back as Superman, so who cares? Right? He's done, right?
Do you think he would?
Dude, they just offered. Is that true that they just offered Zack Snyder a fucking movie?
I heard that. I don't think that's real, but I mean,
I think that might be. I think that might be.
It's possible. I mean,
Listen, here's the thing. They're trying to make it like it went away, right? The Marvel vs. DC rivalry never fucking went away, okay? And they just pissed off DC by trying to make Ms. Marvel have like fucking Green Lantern thing, right? So now, like, they're gonna go back and forth with shit like they were, and Marvel's gonna fucking do that to give up the ass to DC, because at the same time they're not gonna be friends. They're both competing with each other.
Well, I'll tell you this right now, right? If this Flash movie really does what the rumors are saying it's going to do, and you get Zack Snyder to do a Marvel movie and potentially Henry Cavill to be, Captain Britain or some hero, and the rumor about, Ben Affleck appearing as, Daredevil, and, if they do that, I don't see a way out for the DCEU. I mean, that's game over right there.
No. Game over.
Because they're going downhill. Because
game over, bro.
Look how many successful. I'm just going to say successful movies. I'm not going to say big.
Bro, they've been trying to get Robert Downey Jr. so fucking bad.
Marvel has had. Look at how many successful movies DC has had.
Yep. Bro, they've asked. I've heard they've tried to get him so desperately, like that in a fucking DC movie.
There was a time when DC topped the movies, and Marvel could only work with TV. Now it's reversed.
Do you think Henry Cavill would make a good Captain Britain?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Absolutely. No doubt in my mind.
I think he would be a great character no matter what they put him in.
Yeah. He's a great actor. I like him.
He is. I don't understand. For the life of me, I understand the whole, we don't want Zack Snyder stuff, but for the life of me, don't understand how you can have somebody like Henry Cavill, who did a fantastic job as Superman. You have your whole fan base going, make Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
And you sit there and go, eh.
Yeah.
I don't get
Warner Brothers is so fucked up. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening, and they don't know what the fuck is happening, and they want to get shit that works and try to mix it with the universe, and you can't because it's like,
well, look at the guy who played Cyborg with all the stuff that he said that came out, and one of the other gals from.
But was he fucking really great anyway, though? Honestly,
even came out and was saying stuff about Whedon as well.
Yeah, but Chris, was he really that fucking great anyway?
Here's my thing. Like, I think that if Ray Fisher's Cyborg got a movie with another director and they had a really good writing team, then yes, he would have been great. But from what I saw,
I'm sorry,
I don't think.
Let me tell you something. Joss Whedon right now.
I do a main.
I'm so shocked that in 2022, Joss Whedon finally came out and started ripping to shreds everyone. Because this motherfucker wants to come back in a big way, and he's trying to sweep all this shit under the rug, and he's trying to get a movie. He's trying to get a Marvel movie. Telling you.
I want to. We have one of the commenters there, Doctor Who at 50 and Beyond, that's a great username.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
I agree with what he's saying there, because we know that Discovery Plus, or Discovery, I should say, I think they own part or all of WB right now. So there's a rumor right now that they want to put things on a different track, potentially. And there's a rumor that HBO Max might be going away and being replaced with some other kind of streaming
That's what
service.
I heard too.
So I think that there's a good chance that, you know, if this Flash movie does what they're saying it does, and they get some kind of negative reception, which, let's be honest, we know that that's what's going to happen, then these Discovery Plus people or Discovery might step in and be like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Well, didn't HBO Max fail?
No, it didn't fail. At least that's what they're telling us.
It failed, kind of. Because it didn't really do... is it really making the money?
Well, here's the problem, is that these streaming services are not obligated to release their numbers. So we
never
really
gonna
have
know.
no idea. We're never going to know. I know for a fact that they lost a lot of money on their movies last year, and that one of the only ones that did any success for them was Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, exactly. And Matrix fucking flopped too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it did online, but
But it comes back to the old adage, though. If I'm with DC and MCU, finally the MCU's kind of got Kingpin on, the same guy as a TV series. But why don't you get someone? I know, but you know what I mean. But why don't you get some of the TV actors to come into the movies? Some of them do a better job than the actual actors.
They are. They said that Charlie Cox is going to show up a lot more in a lot of MCU properties until he finally gets a Daredevil show or something like that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
They're not making more money.
But it's that would be their real thing, because more people have been watching the TV series and getting used to them characters. Then they come onto the big screen, and you're like, that's not like the one that I've been used to, is it?
That was one reason why you couldn't have the Suicide Squad in the Arrowverse at times, because the big screen was making one, and they didn't want people confused.
But this new Supergirl went back. Supergirl ain't gonna do that fucking great in the movie. I don't think so.
Well, again, especially even if she's great, that character is going to suffer from the fact that she's not Henry Cavill. That's the thing.
She's not Melissa Benoist either, and I like fucking Melissa Benoist as Supergirl.
And I'm telling you right now too, this Batgirl movie that they're doing and this Batgirl show,
I don't know what the fuck that is.
They're having Nightwing, from my understanding, in it.
People will watch it, and I think it'll do moderately well. But you're going to have a huge contingent of people be like, "Where's Ben Affleck?"
Right? They're not going to understand what the fuck universe she's from, because she's obviously from Michael Keaton's universe, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. Michael Keaton might be some from Fringe universe where it's not really the one we're thinking it is, and it's some different.
Or maybe he's stuck in the DCEU, whatever the fuck they call it now.
DCEU or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing I keep saying though is if the Batman does well and it's not connected to anything, obviously, we know. I mean, what happens when people are like, fuck the DCEU, I want to see more of that? Then what do you do?
But the thing is, right? The Batman is marketed as even though it potentially should be like a trilogy, he took liberties to make it sort of like a fucking horror movie where you couldn't really market this shit to kids though, because there's fucking murder. It's not, even though it is PG-13, it's really not you see the way the fucking Riddler looks? Now, I mean, they look like a fucking horror movie, like fucking Hostel 3 or 4.
But you know what though?
You can't have an action figure of that.
That reception has been really good though. Everybody.
You're not going to have, if you have action figures for that, it's going to be direct for adults.
They'll sell. They'll sell.
It's going to be like a McFarlane version of Batman, basically.
Yeah.
But even still though, right? That parents are going to take their kids to see this anyway.
Right, but it's not.
They don't care.
Again, he's not going to take over as the Batman of the DCEU.
I think he is. I think
you
he's
really think so?
Oh, I absolutely. Dude, they don't have another Batman. The only other Batman they have is Batgirl. Because they're basing
the Batman one on year one as it is. So
the only way that they would have had a Batman that could have competed with Robert Pattinson's one now is if Ben Affleck came back to do his solo Batman movie. And the fact
why the fuck didn't they do that?
Exactly. But the fact that they said that, but the fact that they're saying allegedly in this Flash movie that Cavill and Affleck are out, they have no Batman. Literally, they have no Batman because they have Batwoman on CW and they have Batgirl on there. Michael Keaton is not coming back as Batman. He's coming back as Bruce Wayne. He's too old to be Batman.
He's not going to be Batman at all?
Apparently not. Maybe in a flashback or two, but apparently what they've said is that his sole purpose there is to help the Flash and then to set up the Batgirl, whatever they're doing, movie, show, whatever.
Yeah, because the new the whole new thing is going to be Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman.
And Shazam.
And Shazam, yeah.
And this is the thing, right? And this is what I keep saying. Without all of the baggage and the connections that these other movies need, the Batman could be the thing that shines for them the most, because look what happened with Joker. Joker was not connected to anything, and it worked.
Yeah.
And now they're going to do another one.
And now when that movie worked, they're like, what do we do? You know, like,
fuck.
So
right.
If the Batman comes out and it's this massive thing, you've now just made a movie that's outside of your established universe that's doing better than your established universe.
Yep.
I know. Let me ask you a question. We know that they always tried to do better than Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, right? And we always said the moment you put fucking Toby in the movie and Andrew Garfield, boom, you're gonna have a fucking biggest. I said this, and you said we all said this in our show. The moment you do this, it will be the biggest selling Spider-Man movie in history. And you finally do it, and they're like, "Oh shit, this worked." Well, we gotta have them together again. Shit. Look at all the fucking money we just made.
They did it, see, but Marvel did it like they had a built-in like smart way of doing it, because you could be like, yeah, this is within our multiverse. With DC, it's like, well, we can't say that, so they're screwed. You know, this would be the equivalent of Sony being like, hey, we're making the Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then that does better than a Tom Holland movie, and then you go, well, now what? You know, like,
listen to me, honestly. Listen, if they obviously, we heard that they're gonna do another Amazing Spider-Man, right? With Andrew Garfield. So what if it fucking did phenomenal? You just brought him back. People were going crazy over him.
No. I'm saying, like, if No Way Home never happened, and then Sony went rogue and was like, we're doing one, and then by some miracle it outdid like Far From Home or something, then you'd be like, what's going to happen? But because they have a good relationship with Disney and No Way Home did really well, it's within the multiverse, so no, you're not competing with yourself. With DC, that's not the case.
You could do a fucking live action Spider-Man 2099. It wouldn't affect anything.
Exactly.
DC don't even have a Batman which they can fall upon from the TV series and pop up, do they?
All they did was all they did was like Harley Quinn fucking movie 5, 6, 7. Like, no continuity, how it's connected. Gotham Sirens, and then they're like, Birds of Prey, and then they're like this.
They had to basically do 2 Suicide Squads.
Yeah.
And did that really, I liked the last one, but did it really market it where they're a success in the DCEU? Not really.
Well, in the Peacemaker, which is pretty decent, they referenced the second one.
Well, that's what he was in.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think that they're actively like that the original one, Suicide Squad. That's going to be one of those things that allegedly gets erased if this Flash movie does whatever it does.
Correct.
So I mean, which I'm not complaining about.
Yeah. And so with Jared Leto's Joker, basically.
Yeah, because Jared Leto was pissed off because how much editing the studio and them did.
I read that.
They need to just look. They fucked it up so bad. They need to establish a universe.
They need a Feige for their freaking universe, and they don't have a Feige.
They don't want a Feige. Right there, that's the problem. Yeah. They don't want somebody that's going to be that much power.
See, they what's to go on what Scott just said there. They need somebody like Feige to come in there.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Feige.
But they don't want that though. They want to be able to tell them what to do though.
That's what they need, and unfortunately, it's I don't know. Like you can look at what WB does, and you can say like, hey,
Daniel,
maybe if they got
Hi, what's up?
like that.
My sound can't hear anything. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now I can hear it.
Hi, Daniel.
You were saying,
how you doing?
No, you could say like, they should get somebody like Feige in there. But the problem is, it's kind of like what Joe was just saying. Let's say they put somebody like Feige in there. Are they going to listen to him, or is he going to throw? Is he going to throw ideas out there and be like, "No, we'll do it like
say
this."
They'll listen to about 25 to 30% at best.
They're not going to listen to him.
No, they're not even going to listen if they want 5%. They're going to be like,
supposed to give J.J. Abrams a shot at doing a Superman movie, and that got scrapped?
He is doing it. He is.
Oh,
doing
he is
it.
still.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking disaster.
We know that. Oh, he's going to fight Cloverfield, right?
Well, no, that's getting a sequel.
Oh no,
Superman's not going to fight Cloverfield. Same universe.
I hope not. I mean, somehow he'll get it in there, but
I'm sure. Didn't they put the fucking horror movie guy in fucking one of the movies by accident?
Huh?
I don't know. Was that not? I gotta see Aquaman.
Oh, in Aquaman, yeah, Annabelle the doll was in like the water vortex or something. Yeah, but that was just an Easter egg though. Oh, and Shazam, they made some weird thing about how there was a horror movie monster that was connected to Shazam. Okay. And that, but it was just an Easter egg. It wasn't.
All I know is I'm glad that Godzilla is the greatest force user of all time now. Was that painting in the Star Wars movie of Godzilla?
Oh yeah. They put Godzilla and the Mutos in Rogue One on a painting. Yeah.
Fucking great.
You know what was great about that? You know what was great about that is that Mark Hamill met Gareth Edwards and he was wearing a Godzilla shirt. That was the greatest freaking set photo I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but honestly though, the DC need to get a Feige, but they're not ever going to do it, and it's going to kill them all.
They don't need Feige; they need a Feige.
No, they need it. That's what I said. I need a Feige person. Even if that's why I think they were afraid of Zack Snyder.
It's so easy. It's so easy too. You want to turn the DCEU around, bite the bullet, right, and then next year come out and say, "Listen, guys, we know that we haven't been doing what you want, but guess what? Man of Steel 2 and Ben Affleck's Batman movie are in production right now.
There you go, and it's over. That's it. Done. That's all you need to do. Look, somebody talk to fucking Ben Affleck, smack him in the fucking face, say, "Look, bro, you need to fucking do this shit. All right? Cut this shit out. Fucking wake up." God damn, you know how fucking incredible that would be?
I think it would break the internet.
I want a Superman movie more than a Ben Affleck movie.
That announcement alone would be the number one trending topic on Twitter.
Yes.
All the Snyder fans would be like, "Yes, thank God."
Shit.
It was
in 1 minute. I guarantee you, in 1 minute, that would be an announcement that even Feige would look at and go, "Oh boy."
It would be a bigger announcement if it was a Man of Steel 2 rather than a Batman movie.
Yeah. I think that would literally break the internet for the next few months.
That's what I mean. You say Man of Steel 2 and Ben Affleck's Batman movie are both in production at the same time. They're going to come out in the next 4 years. But here's the thing,
Chris. Here's the thing, right? Why can't they do that? Because aren't they going to bring over Zod in the Flash movie to our universe? They're going to say, "Oh shit, you died," and be like, "What? I can't have that."
It's probably going to be a cameo. Here's the thing. To answer your question, could they do that? Absolutely. Will they do that? No.
They're not going to do that.
No, because they have no the desire to see those movies like we have does not exist with the people in charge of WB.
They don't give a fuck.
It's not a thing. They don't care. They want to.
They don't give a fuck.
Like this is the thing, right? I love Blue Beetle. I think Blue Beetle's awesome as a concept. But when they came out and they were like, "Hey, that's going to be a movie rather than an HBO Max thing," I was
know, right?
No.
Right? Who the fuck?
Once again,
what?
I'm sorry. Blue Beetle and Cyborg, I love them. They're great.
That's like saying.
But to me, Blue Beetle and Cyborg are more like companion people. Where you do a jump.
That's if they announced tomorrow that the Spot fucking TV series on Disney Plus was going to start. I'd be like, what? Or fucking Stiltman or Plant Man.
I think that's the trouble, and that's why Scott alluded to them needing a Feige character. Because there's things that are getting made into movies for the DC universe that need to be on the TV.
Yeah.
Like, you know, be the worst fucking... If they ever did damage control for Disney Plus, that would be the worst fucking thing they could do.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like this is what I mean, though, right? Like, let's say, like, we lived in some kind of alternate timeline where Man of Steel 2 happened, and you know, Ben Affleck is getting his Batman movie, and there was all these really cool DC things coming up. If they make the announcement like, "Hey, Blue Beetle's going to be a movie," then we all go, "Okay, that's cool." But in the timeline that we live in now, where they can't get anything right, that announcement has no weight to it. It's like,
bro, that movie's gonna fucking bomb, bro.
It is.
And it's gonna,
nobody knows who the fuck that is.
It's going to be the Inhumans of their
exactly. It's going to bomb, and then the DC universe is going to look even more full, and then everyone's going to be like, why are we even bothering showing up for them?
Right, and for anybody watching, like, this is coming from a Blue Beetle fan and myself. Like, I like Blue Beetle. I want to see it. But, like, this is not the movie. Like, this is not going to save the DCEU. This is not the time to be doing that because it's going to get lost in this shuffle of what the hell's going on. If you had a stable continuity, then I'd be all for a Blue Beetle movie. I'd be like, yeah, do it. But
listen, when I was a kid, I bought the Superpowers figures. It was like in the 70s?
Yeah.
Late 70s or in KB Toys, right? And I bought the figure, and I didn't even know who the fuck that was. And I watched the fucking Super Friends. I watched fucking. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this is. And even today, I don't know who the fuck it is. Like, it's like he exists, but they never marketed him like, oh shit, you know. I don't know.
There's the golden version and the silver version.
He's got one of the better concepts, in my opinion, of like a superhero, like, you know, recently that's been out there. You know, like it's an interesting idea because his whole thing is it's like an alien technology.
Yeah.
And in the world of technology that we live in, you could do a whole bunch of things with that.
Right.
You know, so I mean, yeah, why not? But like, not now. That's like what
HBO Max.
DC does not have stable enough to make
HBO Max series like Doom Patrol and Titans and Blue Beetle, not a fucking.
Well, that's like when they said, "Hey, we're gonna make a Zatanna movie." Like, who cares?
Who the fuck cares? Nobody knows who the fuck that is.
That's exactly the trouble. They're wasting their money. They're wasting money on needless projects which just belong on TV.
When they fucking got
the Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing, but with these characters which maybe a majority even know from because they happen to be in the cartoon.
Right. The only Enchantress I knew was fucking the Marvel Universe one. I didn't know a fucking DC one. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? So
that's like if you were going onto the universe and then I'm Batman on there, and then just it's pointless, isn't it? On the TV.
And like I said earlier, right now, if you look at somebody was showing all the success, the majority of the comic books that are being put out from DC are Batman-esque titles. Superman is barely in it. Green Lantern is not even on it. Wonder Woman.
They're just killing everybody, though. They're killing the whole Justice League because they want people to go and like, why are you?
Because the whole notion of the Superboy which they put out, is pretty much bombing.
Didn't he get killed or no?
No, I'm talking about the.
No, but didn't he get killed? That character or no?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's still around.
Yeah.
Well, why is Superman retiring?
Well, did you see that thing that they did with Superman recently? I don't know if this was like a confirmed thing or not, but it was going around for a while, where it was like that they implied that Superman was like sexually assaulted.
No, I missed
that. I heard something about that.
It was something where he was
in a prison.
I don't know if I don't have too much of the context.
Yeah, so in a prison.
If I'm wrong,
right?
But he was he was captured and something, and he was going to go back there and take care of the people that, like, he's going to eliminate the people that did this. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like for real?
Right. I agree.
That's just that's that kind of stuff.
People that are doing the comics are fucking so wrong.
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense.
And that's the thing you guys said makes you mad about them is that DC is doing such woke stuff that their line is bombing, with the exception of Batman, and manga is doing such a better job at doing comic books that people are flying around. And
the trouble is also, Scott, that because DC comics are bombing, it's also affecting everything else, and the merchandise, the films, and the TV shows are now starting to get
the TV series Superman Lois. It's good. It's quite good.
Right.
And
TV series
they've
saving
introduced a certain villain, which is kind of unique too, and whether they're having him barely seen is just phenomenal.
But the comic books are going to hit the movies and merchandise so bad then everyone's going to.
CW is even in jeopardy of being sold.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's the manga sales and everything shows what's going on. And you know, there was an article that came out because apparently Toho is trying to sell the Ultraman, not sell it, but they're trying to expand the Ultraman brand into new markets, right? And the one thing the guy said, which I have so much respect for him because he said this, he was like, yeah, we're expanding this property, but we're not changing it to match another audience. Like, you're getting what you get. And I was like, good. And you know what it is? I really think that Japanese creators, they figured this out. They're like, if we let the audience control, or at least a portion of the audience control what we do, then the thing's going to change. Whereas if we're like, no, this is the story. This is the story. Either you like it or you don't. You know, like that's...
IDW. Even IDW, they lost the rights to G.I. Joe and Transformers.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening with that? Really?
For better or for worse, because I think IDW did a pretty good job with Transformers, but that was just me.
No, I mean, movie-wise, what the fuck is happening with G.I. Joe? Nothing, right?
Nothing. Not because that Snake Eyes movie didn't do anything.
Fucking tanked, right?
It was good.
I think they need to go back. I thought it was good. I think they need to do one of two things with G.I. Joe. Either they need to go back to the drawing board and completely do something different, or they just need to realize that this just doesn't work as a live-action movie.
Right. And Transformers, they don't know what they want to do, right? Or they do?
Oh, no, they know.
Or TV series.
Transformers is doing what they're doing with that movie. That's going full steam ahead.
The Beast Wars, right?
Yeah.
You think that's going to be good, though?
I'm still trying to figure out how you have Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal in the same movie. Right. You're going to have to change Optimus Primal's origin because, I mean, I know that they met sort of, I'm saying sort of in quotations, in Beast Wars, but Optimus Prime was unconscious for most of it. Yeah. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I used to watch the Beast Wars thing.
Yeah, and they had to go back in time to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't.
Why Beast Wars is supposed to be first?
Beast Wars is supposed to happen after Transformers. It's like years after Transformers. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were battling and they went through like a time warp thing and end up on
that's the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you gotta be careful with that too, because I don't know if everybody knows how Beast Wars, like, quote unquote, ended, but like the show ended in Beast Machines.
Yeah.
And it wound like Cybertron became like a half cybernetic, half organic planet.
Yeah.
And I really don't want that to happen here.
Right. All right. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm good. Right? How you doing?
What are you interested in?
I like the game you play, man.
Which one?
Oh, like you know that like Crash Bandicoot game you play, kind of.
Oh, Wukong.
Yeah.
Wukong. You like that one? I still gotta get a platinum for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a lot of
Queenie
games.
Army. I like that Queenie Army game.
That Queenie game was like Contra. So this guy was watching me play that.
Yeah, because I even had to look up. Since you couldn't remember what the name was. I went back and looked at your PS profile thing, and that's what it's called.
Queenie Army. Yeah.
It's
definitely a Contra.
I might download that later. I don't know yet.
It's $5, I think. It was not that. It was a pretty good price. Yeah.
But I know that Counter Spy thing. I've been playing like.
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of that. That looks interesting.
Because I don't know if I even own that. Because I'm also doing a little streaming thing on YouTube for that. And,
good for you. Oh.
And I was going real good last night, and I accidentally hit no with on it, so I had to restart. So I had to restart the damn thing, and I
do have that game. Huh? I do have that game in my life. Yeah. I did buy that game. Okay.
Yeah, because I've been playing. It's like I'm not going to play it, and then I find myself 2 seconds later.
Yeah, there's no platinum though, but it's a hard game. I heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh God, yes. I was being shot at. I didn't realize where the guy was. I'm thinking, where the hell am I being shot from? And then because the little bar was blocking where that dude was. I finally saw him. Luckily, rolled away.
I've been enjoying doing my gaming. Like I said, tonight I was supposed to work, and then I was just about to out the door, and I got a call that the truck was canceled. I'm like, all right, podcast.
Yeah, I just posted my fifth video from Counter Spy tonight. So.
Oh, good. I got to watch that.
And I did. I can't remember if I don't remember if I did it in 4, but I know I did it in this one. I did add a link to your page.
Oh, good. Thank you. What did you say, Chris?
I was going to say, what did you guys think of Microsoft buying Activision and Blizzard?
That is interesting because they're still going to put Call of Duty on the PlayStation. That's interesting.
I guess.
But they're not going to put it out every year, though.
That's a huge shift, though. I mean, those are 2 major studios that they just
Well, the stock dropped 20% for Sony.
Oh, good Lord.
So that's,
That's major, though.
That is major. But that's Crash Bandicoot, that's Spyro, that's Call of Duty, that's Guitar Hero, right?
No, there's a plethora of things there,
There's tons.
Yeah.
Because Activision, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Activision acquire Crystal Dynamics? Because Crystal Dynamics owned Tomb Raider, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they also owned the Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver, I think. And then they also owned. Did they own? I'm not sure. They owned some other stuff too, I think. Interesting.
I don't know if there's still plans for another Tomb Raider game or.
I want a Godzilla game, a new Godzilla game. I'm dying for one.
Yeah, why can't I just want a simple one, like it doesn't have to be something crazy. Just make it like a really cool fighting game,
Yeah.
Throw all the monsters in it. Yeah.
What I would love to see them do, either in the big screen or video game thing, bring back Blood Rain.
Yeah.
They did.
I know, but I'm still saying, at least
they did like last month.
Yeah.
They made 2 games, I think, for her. Or something like that. I know,
but I'm talking about in the style in which she first came out in.
Right, the actual good, yeah.
Yeah.
And they made an ActRaiser 3.
Ruby Bowl have anything to do with it.
They actually made a sequel to ActRaiser. If you played that back in the day 1 and 2, they made a 3 on PlayStation. I still got to buy that. And they made a Smurf game, too. But the Popeye game was like, but there's a Smurf game I got to buy.
Robin Williams' Popeye movie was mad.
I like that movie. I had the record to that movie, too. That was pretty cool.
And all these games are more interested in the DC universe.
Ah.
That's very true. That's very true. I know that a lot of people are excited for Lego Star Wars finally coming out.
Skywalker Saga?
Yeah.
What I would like...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, what I would like is a modern, up-to-date Indiana Jones video game.
Oh, well, that might be coming.
I want to see what they do with that movie, though.
Oh, dude. Good Lord.
Have you heard the stuff about that?
Yeah.
I know.
Bodega was in a movie I watched either yesterday or the day before called Naked Singularity, which pretty much he was not a public defender, and he had to help a friend of his who got in trouble for getting some drugs out of another vehicle. And it was good. It's an all right movie, but it's a decent enough to watch.
Chris, what at this point in time, what could surprise us that they could announce that we wouldn't be expecting?
Video game wise, or
anything wise, movie wise, TV show wise?
Secret Wars.
No, we know that's coming though. I'm saying something we don't know is coming, like totally floor us. Like, what could they possibly announce? Be like, oh shit, they're doing that?
Jason X Part 2?
No.
I mean, well, if the lawsuit was, I don't even know what's happening with the lawsuit. Even if it's over, it's not over.
I don't really know. Like, I know for me, like, if somebody would finally just say, hey, we're doing Gamera, like, then I'd be like, oh, yeah, great. I don't know, like, overall.
Did they like a fucking Star Wars episode fucking 10?
See, that wouldn't really surprise me because I think that's going to happen.
You really?
I really think that's going to happen. Yeah.
What, Rey and Finn and Poe Dameron and all of them?
Something around that, or because again, like, you got to remember, like, this stuff goes in cycles. Like, a lot of people don't like the sequels, obviously, right now. But you got to remember, though, and this was something that I was thinking about a little while ago. The people who are children right now, who were introduced to Star Wars from this new trilogy, when they grow up, they're going to be like, no, that was awesome.
Right.
That was great. And then
that's how we feel about the original three.
That's how the but the prequels went through this. Like, there was a whole generation that didn't like the prequels, but then the younger generation who got introduced to Star Wars because of those grew up, and now everybody loves the prequels, right? So that's going to happen with the sequels. So eventually, I think you'll see a 10, 11, and 12, and the big thing for those movies will be like, Daisy Ridley's coming back, John Boyega's coming back. Just how, like, we got excited when they were like, Mark Hamill's coming back, and, you know.
You got to fucking say that Kylo Ren survived, and that's big.
Oh, I think he's going to get resurrected. They've already planted the seeds of how they're going to resurrect him.
What they should have done,
how are they going to do that?
We even discussed this. What they should have done is Rey and him, they should have switched sides, basically.
Yeah, I agree with Scott.
I know, I said that.
How they resurrected him, though? How they resurrected him?
I think they're going to use the Aeon engine.
A what?
There's this thing that's canon called the Aeon engine that Palpatine and Vader were aware of. There's this Vader game that you can play that he was going to use this thing called the Aeon engine to resurrect Padme. And he gets, like, within, like, arm's reach of resurrecting her. And then your character basically destroys it. And he's like, well, now I'm going to fucking murder you. Which, you know, it's Vader. And in Palpatine's, in the book that came out that was based on Palpatine's, like, notes, he lists the Aeon engine as a potential way that he could come back to life. So I think...
Is that how he came back, though?
No, he never died, technically.
That's bullshit, but okay.
He did the whole essence transfer. Yeah. They cloned his body.
They wouldn't be able to do the Force thing then.
They cloned his body, but the essence transferred into that body. So his original body was destroyed, but his consciousness lived on.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they bring back Ben Solo, or will they bring back Ben Solo or Kylo Ren, or just like what?
He'd be Ben. Yeah.
And he'd be a good guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But that'd be in the Kylo Ren. No fucking mask, no nothing.
I'm telling you. I mean, I think that one of the biggest missteps they made in the Rise of Skywalker was killing him off. Because
I agree.
While that movie sucked, like you could potentially be like, yeah, but Ben's still alive, so we could tell.
And that's the Skywalker, and they have babies and the Skywalkers everywhere.
I said that they should have ended that movie right with him and Rey going to Tatooine. And she like you see that she's pregnant, and like let's just like for canon
just stop it right there.
Let's just say
that's how you should open up the fucking next movie, that he's just he didn't die. He's alive.
This is what I'm saying though. Like, let's say for canon's sake, she's pregnant with twins, right? Okay, that's how you get Jason and Jaina into the story, and that's how Rey can become a Skywalker, because let's say they get married and she's a Solo, but his mother was a Skywalker, so the Skywalker legacy goes on. When Disney did this whole thing with, and I should say Lucasfilm, when they did this whole thing with this is the end of the Skywalker saga, I don't know why they took it as we have to kill every Skywalker to make sure everybody knows that this is the end. Like,
right.
Crazy. I don't know how you do that. I just don't get it.
I don't get it either, honestly. It was a mistake, I feel. But all right, guys, it's going on 2 hours. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. It's good to see you, Ray, and it's good to see you, Daniel. And Daniel, we have to do stuff. I keep telling you when the time is right, because I've been sick on and off. But the weather, it's been cold here, snow. You're probably warm over there, right, Chris?
It gets cold in the morning, but then like toward the afternoon, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that's why it was here.
Yeah, here it's just shit.
That's why I went up and had an excuse to go to the bank so I could get a Brahms.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't even want to leave the house. I was like 5 layers about to leave, and then boom. I never made it outside.
Well,
yeah.
Like you're saying though, if in the next few days we hear about like Man of Steel 2 or that coming out, then we know that we called it.
I would be a very happy camper if I think
that would be the news that would make all our drawers drop.
They signed it for like fucking 3 movies or some shit. I'd be like,
that would be the news.
That means somebody at WB is watching this show.
That's right.
Yes.
Instead of stealing our material from you.
Like Doctor Who.
I'm fucking watching on Twitter. I'm like, wait a minute. That shit's our shit from fucking 4 years ago. I'm like, oh my god! But they're talking about it like it's new shit. They're like, oh my god, I got the inside scoop. What?
I said, look what we said. What I said about not showing off the Doctor, just have it like a cutoff. Just as
we were saying, fucking make the Suntarans fucking great again, and they fucking did. They made them fucking right. Bring the Sea Devils back. Boom. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
And now they just have to do Draconians, and my trifecta is done.
There
because we've got the Ice Warriors, who I love.
Right.
Now we got the Sea Devils, and now if they could just bring back the Draconians, I'd be happy. I'd be a happy camper.
Right.
So that would make your jaw drop.
Yep.
Don't make the big 60th anniversary now.
Third or fourth episode in the RTW area.
Like, oh shit!
What the fuck?
They'll be like, oh shit, Matt Smith's back. Oh shit, fucking Karen Gillan, Arthur Darvill's back. Oh shit, David Tennant. Oh shit.
You feel like that meme? That meme of Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the TV.
Yeah. That's the only thing I think that they'll do to make some weird Doctor Who announcements. But
as
long as it's not our shit. Yeah.
The only way I'll watch Doctor Who again is if Russell T Davies retcons what Stephen Moffat did, because
we've all been saying that.
Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? What Stephen Moffat did? You mean what Chris Chibnall did?
Well, no. Do you remember like the Okay, have you seen the clip of the first Doctor's regeneration? When William Hartnell regenerated? And Ben and Polly were outside banging on the door, and then he let them in.
But that's implied that they're still in there. The timeline didn't change.
Yeah, but then in Twice Upon a Time, when David Bradley went back, he I don't know if I said this, but he collapsed in.
But they're supposed to be in the. But that's an implied that they're supposed to be in the TARDIS.
Yeah, but he collapsed while the TARDIS was in the time vortex. And he wasn't on the 10th planet yet. He collapsed, and then when he regenerated...
the TARDIS was always... Because if you remember in that episode with the Cybermen, he was sick, and he was on the bed, and they had to solve everything, and then they walked back with him, and he, he went ahead of them. But they are in the TARDIS when that happens. You just don't see them.
They did a side-by-side comparison, and with the 10th planet and Twice Upon a Time, and you could see the differences, right? But
they're still in there. The Doctor's timeline did not change. It just he doesn't remember anything to do with being with the 12th Doctor because he's not supposed to remember.
But it's the future.
Right, all the future, right.
This is future regeneration.
If they have another thing where he appears with him again, because they're like, oh, that's why the third Doctor remembered the second Doctor, besides the 3 Doctors and 5 Doctors. They're like, oh, it's you again. That's how they remember.
And
it's like a memory. It's like a memory when they come together. They remember, but no, they're still in the TARDIS. The timeline's not changed. It's just. He tried to be hip with shit a little bit, and he fucked it up.
Because what I'm worried of is they changed the Doctor's personal history a little bit.
They didn't change it. They did not at all. They didn't. They're in the TARDIS. They're in the TARDIS. They're not. It's on the planet. He didn't take off yet. They're in the TARDIS with him. They're just not seen on camera because, But they are in the TARDIS.
They weren't going to show them on camera because I'm not rude. The actors are too old.
They don't want to pay a new actor. They're too cheap. Right. Just like the Perry thing that they filmed was the shittiest looking TARDIS you've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's like a goddamn fucking cardboard.
Like what I'm wondering is they have the clip on YouTube. Why couldn't they just get the clip from YouTube and then just post it on the episode?
Because he wanted to do his own shit, Moffat. He wanted to do his own creative thing. He had the opportunity to do it, and he wanted to do it. And
that's why he chose.
You have to know in the back of your mind that the timeline cannot change. Because then every fucking thing that happened would fuck up everything. So it's the same exact timeline. You just don't see them next to him. Because they didn't want to pay extra money for new actors. That's the whole point. So it's not, you don't need to erase anything. The only thing it got me pissed with that is that the Doctor didn't drink, right? And then they made it like he drank. And the Doctor didn't act this way. And Mark Gatiss, I don't think, agreed with it either, but nobody wanted to tell him off on anything because you can't tell him anything anyway. So he just has his own twisted view of how the Doctor was back then. So, which the Doctor wasn't that way, but.
Well, before we go, do you think Ben Affleck will ever make up with WB?
No.
No.
I think he's done totally, but I still have hope for Henry Cavill, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And listen, the weirdest shit happens, right, Chris? And we're like, what the fuck? So anything could fucking happen, honestly. Somebody could come into the company of Warner Brothers and they have this whole fucking outlook, and they're like, okay, sure. And the next thing you know, you have fucking Justice League 2.
Yeah.
By Snyder.
Anything's possible. It's just like it's just that the people at Warner Brothers get in their own way.
Yeah, they gotta be busybody fucking assholes, honestly. And you don't need that shit. They need to have their own vision when they're doing.
Well, who needs Justice League 2 when you're getting Blueberry away?
Yeah, we'll see how well that does in the box office.
I'm sure 355 will get. I'm sure 355 will beat that.
What happened, Daniel?
Did you see the Moon Knight trailer? Did you like it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was really good.
Yeah, I did.
You know, I went on Den of Nerds and I asked them who's strong. Well, I asked Josh who's stronger, Moon Knight or Spider-Man, and he said Spider-Man stronger, but Moon Knight is more durable. Is that true?
Well, first of all, Mark Spector is an assassin. He was like mercenary, right? So he besides being super rich like Bruce Wayne, he's fucking he's like an assassin. He knows he could have weapons, and Moon Knight has sort of like powers a little bit too, like godly.
And he's
powers.
multiple personality as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's suffering from that's an added twist is that he's suffering from multiple personality disorder that you could say it could happen from the war that he was in, when he was in the military or whatever, and he don't remember, right? Like the different personalities.
Yeah.
But he leaves himself clues or notes or something. So yeah.
It'd be interesting fight, if anything, you know.
Yeah. I'm still waiting when I don't know who bought the thing, but I'm waiting for Pink Panther to come back too. Inspector Clouseau and all that stuff. I wish they fixed that and they got the proper actor to take over that franchise, or even Austin Powers to come back. I missed that too. But,
yeah, Tia Carrere was doing a little thing today.
We know Wayne's World 3 they're gonna have probably. I'm sure.
Yeah, because from my understanding, Myers had plans on doing another Austin Powers, but because Tia had gotten in contact with him saying, well. But she was even saying,
well, no, something dramatic happened to him. He got a fucking divorce.
Yeah,
and it fucked up his whole thing.
And she was even talking about this as even the whole third Wayne's World thing is up in the air. So,
but he had intentions. I mean, he did Dr. Evil on Saturday Night Live. So if he put an Austin Powers out, it would knock it out of the park, and it would make tons and tons of money. But they need to fucking do it. They need to do it now. While they could still fucking walk, really. I mean, hopefully he could dance too, but like they're getting up there. So, I mean, we just saw the trailer with Picard, right? Picard looks old, right? Patrick Stewart looks old. Yeah, and Patrick Stewart looks old, and Whoopi Goldberg looks old too, right? Like as Guinan.
Deal about Whoopi. Yeah, I couldn't care less about that.
I liked her as Guinan. Don't get me wrong. Let's separate the actors.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
You know, that's what I'm doing. I always loved the character Guinan, but. Don't make Guinan act like Whoopi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make Guinan be Guinan.
Do you watch Discovery? I stopped watching Discovery season 4. I just stopped.
I can't. If they change stuff that I grew up with so bad that it's unrecognizable and it disrespects my memory of the show and the canon, I don't like it. Like the Klingons, the way Starfleet is. Like you don't create mutiny, you don't create where your captain dies and then you get a starship like that. It doesn't. Don't give me this shit about I have a voice that needs to be heard. That's bullshit. Like you don't move up the ranks in Starfleet by fucking disobeying your fucking captain, and you don't get rewarded by that. You don't fucking it just doesn't work.
That's today's society though.
That's why it sucks. That's why Discovery never worked.
Yeah,
because it's like, question the fucking man, question the fucking organization. Because you alone could be the whole fucking universe. And they fucked it up, honestly.
And also, like, the timeline. Is it the same timeline? I don't think so. I mean, like
it's still the other
it's the Kepler,
Kelvin,
right?
Or whatever the hell it's called.
It's the Kelvin universe. It's not the Prime universe.
Kelvin. It's like a different. They're saying it's like a different branch.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not Picard's universe.
No.
And even Picard's universe, I don't know if you can actually say it's the same universe as Next Generation because shit going on in there. So, because I don't see that ever happening in Next Generation or what happened, but
that's another thing that's got a shit bubble around it.
Yeah. All right, it's getting very late. I actually have to do my gaming too because I want to get some platinums before I go to bed. But thank you guys, thank you Chris, thank you Daniel, thank you Ray, thank you Scott. We'll try again. I'm going to try to get these out as long as I'm feeling better. But again, hopefully we have some new stuff to talk about, like big news that we'll be hoping to be surprised with. We'll see. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.